What's good, everyone? Happy Thursday. Got the day right. Welcome back to another episode of Mastermind Academy. I see that you all are as excited as I am. Absolutely. What's up, Luke? How you doing? Penguin Airlines. Good to see you. Luke, you took the #1 spot today from Penguin Airlines, but that's okay because, like I said, Penguin Airlines is 99.9% always first. So you still have a healthy lead there, I'm sure. Maybe I don't even actually know. Oh, yeah, 6:49. Yeah, you guys were extra early before I even started streaming. But Penguin Airlines, you were first. You were first since the actual stream started. So I guess technically you did do exactly that. So what's up, Layla? How are you doing? Exegete. Welcome today. Good to see you all here. It's Mainzy. You are not first. You tried it. One day you'll be first. You need to be sitting. You need to be waiting. You know what time we go live. Make sure you can get there one day. What's up, Roden? How you doing? Ain't no profit. Good to see you this evening. What's up, Chijin? Yeah, so tonight is Pokemon night. This is I'm actually surprisingly excited about this because I have no idea what's going to come of it. It's going to be, we're going to get some seat time today. The goal is to get some seat time with objects and classes. We spent some time learning about object-oriented programming on Tuesday, and today we want to get hands-on a little bit further. We started to put together our first class and started to understand how objects work. Now what we're going to do today is, when I say we are going to be yeeting together a Pokemon game, I genuinely mean we're going to yeet this thing together. I have there's no plan here. We will definitely list out some bullet points of things that we want to hit, but the goal today is seat time with objects and classes. Is to touch the things, to use the things over and over again, to see what we can create out of this. Hopefully we can create a pretty well functioning Pokemon game. Obviously it'll be limited with the amount of Pokemon that we can have and things like that for now, but we should be able to. I think we'll be able to get a game going. We'll see how long we can. We'll see what we can do. What's up, Duke Nukem? Good to see you. I will not try to be okay. All right, you got to give people a chance. You definitely got to give people a chance. What's up, Rep? Okay, yeah. There's no. I guess maybe first let's just to get our brains back into the flow of Python and programming and object-oriented programming. What did we talk about a little bit on Tuesday? A quick recap is that object-oriented programming, all it is, it's a programming paradigm. It's a way that you program. It's a way of going about building things and structuring things where you center everything around these objects. And in Python, fortunately, it is an object-oriented programming language out of the box. So everything basically is an object. And objects are just a collection of, it's a collection of data and attributes and functions that we can use to do some cool things. And so we learned that attributes are the data that's inside of there, those variables, along with those functions or methods that we can use that act against that data. And so we can build a lot of those, and classes are the way that you implement them in Python. And we're going to use that to see what we can make today. We started out making a Pokemon class just to kind of highlight some of the things that classes have to offer and the way that you create these objects. And then I think today is going to be a good day to kind of go through and dive into this a little bit further and to build something hopefully fun with it. Hopefully. Well, the Game Boy games back in the day wasn't even a meg, so it sounds like a cool project. That's very interesting. The more and more, it's funny because as soon as we started to build it a little bit last time, as soon as we started to build the Pokemon class, I was like, oh wow, like you really could. We could genuinely build probably a pretty robust Pokemon command line game, like full story, and maybe not story, but we could a Pokemon battle game, and maybe that's something we'll turn it into. We'll keep the code. I'll make its own repo. I'll pull it out of the current place that it's in case people want to extend it. But I think we'll be able to get it into a workable place. So first things we're gonna do is real quick. We're gonna start out making a couple bulleted items to at least give us some direction, so we're not just shooting in the dark. And then we'll think of some more optimizations and things as we go along tonight. Hopefully, we'll work for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We'll see how far we go. Did you use inheritances? Hellfire. So we didn't use any inheritances yet, but I was literally thinking about that right before the stream started. I was like, oh, like how can we try out some inheritance? How can we try how can we touch on the 4 pillars? And I think there's some ways we can do that. I'm thinking maybe we'll just do it just because it might not make a ton of sense, but maybe we'll do it with like potions. I don't know if you guys are, we got to talk about some of those things, but potions and Pokemon, when you're battling, your Pokemon might get a little hurt and you want to stay in the battle for longer, and potions will allow you to raise the Pokemon's health, and there are different types of potions. Maybe we can do the same thing with Pokeballs. We probably don't need to implement Pokeballs today, but maybe some potions. But the reason The reason why I say we're going to eat this together is, again, today is not about structuring a super comfortable, a super clean and comfortable project. That is not why we're here today. And the reason why it's going to frustrate some people. One of the reasons why is I really want to, like, in the apprentice course, I really want to make it a point to make sure that we're not spending more time than we need to. Again, doing those. We don't need to worry about that right now. A lot of us have never seen, we're just learning about these things. We've never seen them be put together to build anything of substance. We've never seen these things get put together to build something that's usable. So that's all we're going to focus on. We're going to stay in one file. We're going to stay in, and that's actually going to be a little bit more confusing as it gets larger, but we're going to stay in one file. We're not even going to split up files for now. We'll put all of our classes in one place. We will write a big function to play the game. It's okay. This is going to allow people to get comfortable seeing how you start to put code together, how you start to put those building blocks together to make the thing work. Okay. That's what we're going to do today. Have you seen the Fire Pokemon module from Google make CLI tools super easy? No. Oh, Python. See, we're talking about Pokemon. I read that as Fire Pokemon. Fire Python module. I have not. We have to Google that right now. We have to Google it right now because that sounds pretty cool. I really love command line tools, so maybe that's something we can utilize to make this even better. Fire. Okay, we got to get our. Hold on. Let me stretch the fingers out. What's up? Also, Network Ninja. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Let me stretch out the fingers. Okay. Let me crack the knuckles a little bit. Let me make sure that I'm ready to do some touch typing today because I'm not going to be looking at my keyboard because we're going to get in the zone and it's going to be good. So fire. Where's the I? Okay, there we go. Fire. No. Oh, I'm struggling already. Fire. CLI. Oh, this is not good. I can't find the I. Let's see. Python fire is a lot. Oh, this is great. Look at what we're running into. All of the stars are aligning to let us know that we're going to have a successful yeet session. That probably we should. That didn't sound that sounded worse than I expected it to sound. But we're gonna eat this game together, and look at that. We go here at the request of someone in the chat, and look at that. Pokemon sitting right there on the front. I really do like this. Okay, cool. We'll do this part second. Let's get a working game. Then maybe we can try to wrap it into this, and then we can keep going. I don't know what this is. The manifest IN. I guess this is I will say all it does is include the license. I have no idea what that is. There we go. Very interesting. All it did was pull in the license to let us know that this is probably open source. There we go. No idea what that is. Okay, maybe it's supposed to be an INI file. I actually don't. I don't even know what a .in is. What's up, Rose Gold? How you doing today? Thank God for a non-crazy snow day. I agree. Everything is good over here. Sorry, actually, for everyone who's a part of pipelines. Sorry about yesterday. I had a deliverable that must be done that I thought I was going to have some time to finish up after the stream, but I actually had a deliverable that evening. So you got to pay the bills right here. I had a pretty important deliverable that I had to get done. I did get it done, but I definitely would not have gotten it done if I did stream. So just to let you know, that's my bad. I will make sure in the future that I do not, I don't overextend myself like that, or I'm taking care of things much early. You learn a lot of stuff. Manifest the setup tools, which includes files that aren't captured by the package discovery. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. That is good to know. Cool. So actually, I'm assuming it's going to be relatively easy for me to pull stuff into here. So let's start to build the app and then let's pull it down. So we do, again, already have some code for this, which is, I'll give you the link for it if you need it. Not my organizations. I want my repositories. Oh, actually, 1 second. I need to turn the light on. Now you guys can see me step down from my wobbly board. See, now I'm all short. Okay, that's too much light. Hold on. Step back up on my wobbly board. I was like, it's kind of dark in here. It felt really dark. There we go. A little bit better for me. Just a little bit. Probably didn't change at all for you, but it actually makes a big difference in the room itself. All right. Yeah, I will make it up to you by updating the YouTube. So yes, everything's uploaded. I've been good about that. Everything's uploaded. I need to get the metadata in there, or just the data period, not metadata. You are 100% correct. What's up, Amame? All right, so what do we do this at last time? We did this deCoded Q1. If you want this, it's in the week 7 directory of this repo. So if you want it, come on and get it. You can grab it from there, the code that we already wrote. You can start from scratch. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm going to be starting with the code that we finished off with last time, and let's have a little bit of fun with it. What's up, Lord Azazel? How are you doing? G Billingsley, what's up? Good to see you. Aaron Knott, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for coming through. Jay Brad, I missed it. Thank you so much. Fraud is good. Welcome to the channel. It's good to have you as well. Club Togue, good to have you as well. All right, so let me get SSH'd into where I need to be SSH'd into. I have to look for my passwords, but one day, sure, you know, I'll update. Oh, that's not how you update. That's a T. That's not a Y. Let's go ahead and make this big enough for everyone to see. All right, and so we'll head over into our deCoded directory, and we'll go into week 7, and let's look at what we already have, and let's talk about where we can go and what we can build from this. All right, Pokemon.py. Let's cover what we have, and let's actually add in some comments so that we know what's happening here. This class is a class that defines a Pokemon, okay? Remember, a class is simply a blueprint for an object. That's all it is. We're doing object-oriented programming, which means we need to be able to create these objects. A class is simply a blueprint for an object, not only what it has, but also what it can do. And then we have to create instances of that object later on to actually use it. But this defines, class that defines a Pokemon. Cool. So we use this class right here to make a Pokemon. It takes things such as name, what name the Pokemon, what's the name of the Pokemon, what's the type of the Pokemon. So things like fire and ice type Pokemon, electric Pokemon, all different types of grass type. Then we take attacks, which we're using the dictionary for, which is the name of the attack, as well as the amount of damage the attack does. Then we have HP, which is the Pokemon's hit points, or it's their health, really, and weakness. We probably won't use weakness tonight. Well, we'll try to use weakness tonight. I'm trying to think of what we can get through, but yeah. So no, we will definitely add in more of the things to the algorithm later, or to the game later. I think to start out, we should just get a good game going to where, here's what I'm thinking. And let me know, give me some feedback. Let me know if you think we should do something different. I'm trying to think of something that we can possibly get through. We have a class that creates a Pokemon. We also, all we have is a class that creates a Pokemon. I thought we did more than this, but whatever. All we have is a class that creates a Pokemon. Here's what where I think we should start, and then start to build from here. Let's be able to build. You fight the computer, okay? You fight the computer. So I think we should create for now. I think we should create a team. I think we should create, maybe just to start, 10 different Pokemon. We should allow 10 Pokemon to be in here with certain attributes. All right. Then I think that when the game begins, I think that both of you should be given 3 Pokemon, randomly selected 3 Pokemon. I think that you should be able to select your Pokemon ultimately later, but I think for now we'll just have it give yeah. So it'll kind of be a random thing for now. So it'll give you 3. It'll give the computer 3. And then I feel like you should be able to select which Pokemon you want to fight with, and then these Pokemon fight. But I feel like, to start to just get a basic game going, I feel like we should also randomize the attacks. That's what we already did. We already randomized the attack that the Pokemon uses. And so we can go through, we can have them battle with kind of these random attacks for now, just to get the structure of the game going. And then we can add in ways for you to choose your Pokemon, for you to maybe choose the attack, because also, in the game, if anyone's unfamiliar with the Pokemon game, you have a team of up to 6 Pokemon, and the Pokemon all have 4 attacks, but each of the attacks does different damage. They have different attributes, but there's a limited amount of times you can perform those attacks. So you can't just keep running your most powerful attack nonstop. There's a limited amount of times you can use these things. Some of your most powerful attacks can only be used 5 times without some type of intervention, whereas some of the weaker ones can be used 15 or 20 or 25 times. So, there is some strategy into this game. We're not going to be able to implement all that stuff right now. Let's just get a game together where we can see these things fight. I'm sorry to everyone out there who's, like, I love animals. You all know I love animals. I'm sorry out there to all of you PETA lovers and you PETA people. We are going to use these digital pets to battle each other purely for our own enjoyment. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's exciting. It's very exciting, and we're gonna have a good time doing it. Okay, but it's digital at the very least. So this is Windows Terminal. So this Windows Terminal remembers command history between closing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it does. It does usually. Yep, cruelty to fictional animals. That's exactly what it is. It should be kind of fun. What's up, Arrow Fry, Igloo Kazoo? I love it. Really good names. Welcome to the channel. It does seem like they are smiling all the time, but they do a lot of fighting. Yeah. This will be a fearless pinata. This is going to be it's going to be a text-based Pokemon game that we're just going to put together real fast. But the goal today is not about the game itself. It's just to get some practice with the objects. We're learning about object-oriented programming here. And so we're going to, just get some practice with the objects and see what happens when you try some different things. We'll try to implement some inheritance and things like that as well so that we can practice this stuff. Yes, no Pokemon were harmed in this stream. And if I must, I will call them Pokemon if it's a copyright issue or something like that, Was there ever a Pokemon Tamagotchi mashup? Not that I know of, but I was into both. To be 100% honest. So right now, we can do a couple different things. We can create our Pokemon. We have the class to create the Pokemon. We can get the Pokemon status, which gives us their name and how much health they have left and their status, which is always awake right now. Right now, it's going to be awake or fainted. For now, it'll just be awake or fainted. We have some get attacks so that you can see what attacks the Pokemon has if you ever need to see it. And we have a run attack, which allows you to, run an attack on a Pokemon. Okay. So there's probably a million other things that we need to do. So let's create a new file really quick that will allow us to, that we can start to like put some of the stuff into. So let's go ahead and create a little, let's actually create a README. It's not gonna be a real README for now. I'm not, no. And we'll use it as that. So we'll just put some stuff there for a little bit, and let's just figure out what we're gonna do real quick. So I think to start, I think we just want to do something like one. We want to be able to, we can create individual Pokemon. Pokemon need to be able to fight, so they can already attack. That means we need to be able to add and subtract Pokemon HP. Okay, so we need to be able to add and subtract Pokemon hit points. I'm thinking of just random things that we have to do with the Pokemon. So we need to be able to add and subtract their hit points when they do attacks and things like that to determine whether or not, Pokemon are going to survive the attack or, when they're done fighting, I guess. We also need to be able to manage our team. And so that, this might take on a lot of different things. We might have to do a lot of stuff with that. Maybe it's its own class. Probably should be its own class. Items like potions. Maybe we want to add in here. For managing our team, what might we need to do? So we might need to be able to, let's say, add a Pokemon to this. I just want to get us a couple things to start off doing, and we can build from there. So add a Pokemon to the team. Let's see. We also might want to be able to see the Pokemon on our team. We might also want to be able to, what else? What else should we be able to do? Something with Monopoly back in undergrad. Oh yeah. So games are usually, colleges and schools and programs usually have you do a game because games are pretty interactive, and it does make it more fun to go through. I think personally to make something that you can, have fun and play with. But yeah. All right, let's just start with this, and I'm sure, like I said, we'll add. There are 30,000 things we could add to this list because we could make a real Pokemon game if we wanted to, no problem. So let's start with this and make sure we can get some of this stuff in here. So let's go ahead first and let's create a brand new class to be able to handle some of this other stuff. So I'm going to leave this stuff here for now. I figure we'll use it later, but I'm going to make some space here. I'm gonna make some space to put this down at the bottom. Everything down at the bottom is not part of the application itself. It is things that we use to start to run this. But let's make a brand new class here. Okay, so let's make a class. Again, it's just a blueprint for an object. So let's make a class for our lineup, I guess. Yeah, let's call it lineup. I like lineup. Okay, and let's see what happens here. So for our lineup, for now, we're not going to take in anything. Remember, we talked about inheritance last time. We talked about parent classes and child classes. I think we'll get there. I will make a scenario which we can do this. If you were to make a parent class and a child class, if you wanted to inherit another class, because we do need to do that too, because we need to talk about the super constructor and some other things, you would basically, like a function, we would put in these parentheses, we would take in another class as an argument. So if I wanted to do this, if I wanted to pull in everything from Pokemon in here, which I could, I would basically pull in the Pokemon class into here, and I would basically be able to gain access to all of the things that are in this class right now. So if you wanted to do it, you could do that. All right, so we are going to, we're not taking anything, so we'll just put this right here, and we're gonna figure out our lineup. So let's create our init function here. We probably might not even need anything in here. So we'll do self, because remember, self is the first thing that always has to be taken in. I don't know that we need to take in anything here, but we can always grow the class. That's a good thing about a class. That's a good thing about object-oriented programming, is that you can go and update your class and extend your class to be able to provide much more functionality and, and use those things elsewhere. Right now, I don't think we need to do any setup. I would just say, and this doesn't even really need to go here, but let's set up something like our team. Okay, or actually, let's call it our lineup. To be honest, let's call it our lineup, and we're gonna set that equal to an empty list. How about that? What is happening? There we go. An empty list. Okay. The reason why we should set that as an empty list is because the lineup is going to be able to expand and contract possibly. And so we need to be able to keep track of those things. Yeah, sure. Members works. I like members. I like that. So members, again, we don't need to structure it like this, but again, I want you to see the init function. Remember that this init function is going to be the first thing that runs each time you instantiate a class. Even every time you create a new instance of the class, this init function will run to set things up. You can see here in the very first one, we are taking in a bunch of different things. It is just a function, and it's going to run first. And if you're going to do these things, if it's going to get run when you create the class, because it's the first thing that happens, you need to pass in all of the things that you set up here in the function signature. We aren't going to put anything there for now. Again, it might grow, but I don't think we need to add anything there. But let's make a new function here to, maybe we want, like, let's add a member. Okay. Add a new team member. Okay, to this, and we'll take in self, so that we can make sure we can access any data that we may need to access from self. Maybe not. We might not need it. But let's see. I will hold most of my comments. I don't get to talk Python much lately. Oh, Summer's off. Throw them out there. Like I said, we are yeeting together this Pokemon game. We're going to keep it pretty straightforward. We're probably not gonna do any kind of fancy implementations of anything, and we're not gonna do any fancy implementations of anything. We're gonna keep it super simple. But again, throw them out there. Throw them all out there. We can start the conversations. We can talk about a lot of different stuff, for sure. It's a good time to talk about the things, to talk about the concepts, why you might want to make a certain decision. But we're gonna keep the code very, very simple. to make sure that everyone can start to see how you can start to build something with this. So add a member. Let's say we're going to add a member to this lineup here. So what do we want to do? We have self.members there, and we know that is a list. We know that is an array type structure in other languages and things. And we know that to add something to a list, to a collection like this, we need to append to it. So all we're gonna need to do here is, if we want to add something in, maybe self is not all we want to take in. Maybe we also want to take in a Pokemon, okay? Because if we want to add member to a list, maybe we need to add a Pokemon as well. In itself and members in the def statements. In itself and members in the, I'm not sure I understand the question there. Was it 204 no content? I don't need, so here's the thing. I could pull self.members out of here. The issue is, I think we're going to run into problems. That's going to be more of a, so that's used as more of a constant to the class. This thing is going to change, and self represents the instance, this one instance of the thing. And so data comes in that we may be able to use from self. So, we can put it here. There's some other ways we can structure this to make it work as well. Oh, but yeah. What's up, homie Rook? Happened to come across on the front page, this type of content I was looking for on Twitch. I'm a self-taught software engineer, and I was looking to keep learning. Absolutely welcome, homie Rook. We're having a little fun learning, getting some seat time with objects and classes. But yeah. So on line 28, init here, the init function has to take in self. So, oh, you're saying no. So I don't want to pass in members here. Okay. I don't want to pass in members. We could. So yes, we could pass in members. Yes, I see what you're saying now. We could pass in members. I don't think that we should, because I don't necessarily want, I want us to be able to add and add to our lineup and subtract from our lineup kind of at will. And I don't want to have to do it at the instantiation of the class. I want to be able to instantiate the class and then decide what I want to do with it a little bit later. Homie Rook, thank you so much for the love. Welcome to I appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much for waging the war on advertisements, as we like to say here, because now everyone who received a sub no longer has to watch those unskippable 30-second ads. So thank you very much. Please thank your gifter. That's love right there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. The attribute is best set there so that each instance will have its own attribute. Yeah, including argument. Yep. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it like this. And again, we can mess around with it. We can mess around with it in a few. We can definitely mess around with it in a few. All right. So add members. So I'm gonna say, hey, I just want to be able to add a member to our lineup. And so let's just do use our append function here. So we're gonna say self.members. Every time we call this, we'll say self.members dot append. Oh, come on. That append. So also I've learned one of the reasons why I'm a terrible typist when I'm in front of you all in particular. I've been spending some time really thinking about what I'm doing. When I'm with you all, I'm a bad typist because when I make one mistake, I never return my hands back to the home keys. I never return them back to their starting position. And then I start to just hunt for keys randomly. I don't know why I do that in front of you all, but not when I'm learning on my own. But everyone knew I'm a terrible touch typist. I know how to type, but I'm a terrible touch typist. I'm trying to learn how to touch type. So, I'm trying not to look at my keyboard at all. So we'll append here, but what are we going to append here? We are going to append the Pokemon, okay? Now, because we have these Pokemon, they're our own objects. When we append this, we're going to be putting an entire object into this thing. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. So let's add another thing here. Let's add another method here. And our method's going to be show lineup. Come on. See, I don't know where the special characters are. All right, there we go. I did it again. There we go. Show lineup. And our show lineup is going to simply, I want you to be able to see everything that's here. we'll do a couple things. First, I'm going to print this out, and we'll talk about what you see here so that you can understand what's happening with these objects. What's up, Seed? How you doing, Seed Varson? Good to see you. Missed the start. It's all good. We haven't really done that much yet at all, but it's good to see you. So I'm going to just simply print out self.members. Okay. All I'm going to do is print out self.members so that you can see what we do. Yeah, I did miss. Oh, okay. Here we go. E. Wait, I first. Oh no. Line E. No, E. U. Oh, killing the game. Okay. So now we have this class here, and we should be able to add members to this thing, and we should also be able to show our lineup. So here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is, we've created 3 Pokemon right here. We've created a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, and a Charmander. That's what we did last time. So I'm going to delete these real quick because those are just kind of things that we were issuing. So let's use this. We already know that the Pokemon class works. We have Pokemon. Let's add these Pokemon to our lineup, and let's see if we can see them. So I'm going to run. I need to instantiate a new team, okay? So I need to say our team, and Python likes what? This? Yeah, team. We're going to set that equal to a brand new instance of lineup, okay? So this right here, we'll use this class. It'll take this blueprint and it will it'll instantiate a new object out of this blueprint that exists right here, okay? And so now that we have a lineup here, which is going to be our team, we're going to go ahead and add some stuff to it. So we're going to call our team. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to home. Okay. Our team dot, was it add member is what we want. And so let's go ahead and add Bulbasaur. Let's add Bulba. Oh my gosh, I'm extra bad today. We'll add Bulba, and then let's also take this, and let's also add Charmander, okay? Okay, so this is going to add two members. Oh, whoops. Yank, paste. Whoa, what's that? I'm struggling. V, yank, paste. I'm gonna start talking through what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm just bad at, I'm hitting the, okay, I figured it out. The U is right next to the I. Also, my keycaps have poor, I can't see my keys either, so it's all good. All right, got it. So let's go to pinned. I didn't need to do that. Let's add in Boba to here. And here we go. So this is going to add 2 items to our team members, to our 2 members to our team. And then let's go ahead and let's list our team, okay? What do we call that function? Show lineup. So let's also call the show lineup method at the very end of here, okay? All right, so let's look at what we've done. We've instantiated a new lineup. So we've created a new data object, a new object that has the lineup properties. We're going to add 1 member to it. We're going to add another member to it. Remember, both of these things are actual Pokemon objects. And then we're going to list that lineup. So let's see what we're going to see when we get there. All right, so let's, we probably made a mistake, but it's okay, Even better, our mistake is in the command that we ran because I can't spell. All right, here we go. So take a look at what we get right here. Look at this. This is not what you expected, okay? Or is it what you expected? Take a look at what it is. It is a collection. It is a list in Python. Denote these things here. Look at the comma. We have a collection. That collection has 2 items in it. But each of these things is a Pokemon object. And it tells us this right here. This is a memory address. Don't worry about that right now. But this is the data object. An object, again, is complex. It is a collection of data and functions and things. So, because the Pokemon is a of type object, it's not just a string, it's not just an integer. This is how it spits out to you. And so there's a lot in this thing, okay? A whole lot in this thing. But we want more than that. We want to be able to see, this means nothing to us. So we need to be able to either extract data or pick little pieces of information, okay? So yes, we definitely could use the representation function, or I don't know if it's representation or represent, or we could use that. But I want you to understand. No, it's not incoming. Actually, it's not incoming. We'll definitely use it later for sure. But what I want you to realize is that what's getting set up inside of here, what's getting put in self.members is a Pokemon. And a Pokemon, all right, a Pokemon is its own class, it's its own object. And so because of that, we can interact with that object in the way that we interact with objects using that dot notation to be able to extract specific pieces of data. So what I'm gonna do real quick before I use the repper, okay? There's a lot of different ways to do it. I just want you to first see how we can interact with these things. So let's just say instead, this isn't better. Before I in self.members, so for everything that's currently in self.members, oh my gosh. Okay, members, we will simply print out self.members, actually not self.members, I dot, and what's something that we can grab out of here? Name. All right, so maybe we want to see the different Pokemon. Let's print out I.name, okay? Just so you can see, this is how you can do it. Why can we do I.name? The reason why we can do I.name is because this is an object. This is a Pokemon object. And so I can grab, it has the attribute name. Pokemon has an attribute called name. So I can grab the attribute name. All right. And I actually don't want to see all of the data anyway that is in here. And so when I do that, I can see Charmander and Bulbasaur. Okay. You know, that I can see that Charmander and Bulbasaur are the Pokemon that I have as a part of my team. But I also want you to see that you can utilize, if we can utilize those attributes, we can also utilize, I just thought of this because I just saw that we had access to it. I also see that we have this get status function right here. All right. We have this get status method right here. And so instead, we can just use that get status method to get more information about the Pokemon. So if we do want to see our team, it's probably helpful if we can also see their HP and their status. So instead, we can actually use that get status method against the Pokemon object. Okay. So in here, instead of, oh wow, that was okay. In here, instead of doing .name, we can say .get status. We can just use the get status because it is a function that can act upon that object. Okay, and we got to call it with the parentheses there. And if we run it again, ooh, all right. Well, it gives us a little bit extra stuff. Let's see why. Let me see why it's giving us the none there. Why is it doing that? What's up, Mr. Demon Wolf? How you doing today? What's up, no name? How's everyone doing? I'm missing a lot of people here. Fair enough. That's what makes Python so fun. It's basically, yeah, it is. It really is. Seriously. Good approach. The natural Python approaches are beautiful, like the high key concepts. Yeah. So objects can be very, very, very complex. And we're gonna get into it. We're definitely gonna dive deeper into it. We're just trying to get some stuff out there. Why are we getting the none back? Are we printing out? Oh, because print self.status, and because we're also print. Yeah, here we go. We got two prints in there. That's why we don't need to call print again because this function already prints and it doesn't actually return anything. So either, so we can just we just do this right here, and here we go. So now we can see that we have these are the Pokemon that are part of our team. We could format it differently, whatever. You know, I want you to have a way to be able to get what Pokemon are part of your setup. What's up, Unique ID? Good to see you. All right. Nice. Kind of. We have a team. We can put Pokemon on a team. We can see them. All right. Now, you know, let's we can, all right, so we did all of number 2. That's what we just did. We did all of number 2. What do we want to do next? I think next we might want to, what else would you, I'm trying to think of what else I would need to do with my team. Maybe remove a member, maybe, No, because we're gonna do it. Like I said, we're gonna do a to start the game. Just to get the game started, we're gonna have a list of Pokemon that are gonna get randomly added to, maybe a list, and we can use that evolve. So like all of that I think will come later. I want to get the basic fighting functionality down. Like I want to be able to set it up to where it can give you some Pokemon. It can give the computer 3 Pokemon. So actually, I like that. We should actually set a maximum team. A maximum amount of team members as well. So maybe let's do that really quick. So if the length of self dot members, okay, so that returns a number, is less than, if length is less than 3. Let's say maybe uh less than or equal to 3. All right, so for now, your team can only have 3 Pokemon on it. So if it's less than or equal to 3, I will allow you to make your team larger, okay? But um, if not, we are going to say print. Sorry, team already full. Okay, so let's test this really quick. Let's just make sure that we can't have more than 3 people to a team. And so if we go back in and let's say we go down to the bottom and we go ahead and add, we should be able to add one more. We should be able to add Squirtle here, and it should allow that. And if we do this, we have 3. But what happens if we try to add another line right here? Okay, let's see if we try to add a 4th item. That didn't work. Okay, let's look. Oh, that's why. The reason why that still worked is because we did the length was less than or equal to. We just need to do less than 3 and not less than or equal to. What about the clearing status effects? Yeah, we definitely do need to. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot in here that we need to do. Okay, so we did get a sorry, your team's already full. But I don't know why I did it. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. All right, so to only allow us to add up to 3 members here by doing this, that's good. Yeah, we got to think about statuses, but first, maybe let's you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun here. Oh, well, not mention set for members. That's true. So that's actually a really good idea to set the members so that we don't get any so we can't double up. But maybe in Pokemon you can double up. You can catch more than 1 Bulbasaur's, okay? You can you can have more than one, all right? So it's okay. It is all right for you to have more than one, okay? Yeah, that's true. But that wouldn't help us. Set wouldn't help us with the total amount though. But yeah, no. That's bring it up. Keep bringing it up. So I think we talked about sets. We talked about some of the different collections in Python. The one really nice thing about set is set will if you ever have to do a coding challenge for Python and you want to remove duplicates, set is what you want to do. Set will only allow one iteration of each of the items. It will only allow unique items in the list in the collection. So if you have something that has multiple of the same things, you want to make sure that that's not the case when you are solving something. Set will do that for you in Python. Makes it pretty easy. Set will still work. We can catch multiple Bulbasaurs, but not the same Bulbasaur. That's true. Set would still work. Okay, we will implement that in a second. We'll implement that in a second. So let's do something real quick. Let's we are able to make a lineup. We are able to create a Pokemon. Let's start. Yeah. Our lineup is ordered. Our lineup is gonna need. So there's a world where we can build this however we want. We don't need it to be ordered. We really don't need to be ordered because we're going to be doing a lot of random stuff. So let's. I'm not sure if ordering is going to be needed right now, but let's hold off on it. let's keep it in the back of our brains. That's a really good idea. That's something we might want to come back to. Items are good. Items can be great, but maybe we should, have a lineup. Let's let's actually start. Let's, so that we know what we need to get to next. Let's start creating the game itself. And I'm actually not going to make this a class. I'm not going to make this a class because I actually think that making this thing, I think making the actual running of the game a class right now, I think will make today complicated. And I think it'll make it, I don't think it'll add value because we're not doing a lot of super fancy things. I don't think the concepts in doing that will add a lot of value today. So I'm gonna make a function really quick just to start the game process, to start with the game logic. We can move some of it out, we can clean it up, but let's start the game logic just so we can start to see where we're at with things and we can get stuff going. So I'm gonna make a def called run game, which could be a class, but whatever. And so it's not gonna take it anything. And what I wanted to do first is I think we should create a way eventually to basically take in a lot of Pokemon. Right now, we're explicitly bringing in 3 Pokemon. I think it would be better later on if we create a space where it creates, you know, a collection of 20 Pokemon or something to choose from. It'll take us a little while to put in that data, but that's fine. We'll use the Pokemon that we have now. Maybe one of the first things that we want to do is we should we're gonna create this. We're gonna make this a class. And make this a class. I'm gonna call it game logic. Just for we'll call it game logic. Okay. So let's add a couple things in here. Do we need anything? I'm just getting you used to, we actually probably don't even need this init function, to be honest. But we're gonna do it just to get you comfortable seeing it, just to get you comfortable looking at it. And again, we might, it won't hurt to be there. It doesn't hurt for it to be here. Even if we don't do anything with it, I'm just gonna put a pass here for now. I want it there in case we decide we want to use it, so that we don't have to. So I don't have to put in any more indents or anything later. But let's say def. Let's make a function called create team. Let's make one called create team. Okay. And how might we do this? So let's say we had a list to pull from. Maybe we have a global list of Pokemon that we might want to use. Maybe, you know, maybe we can just grab 3 Pokemon. Okay. Maybe we can do that. Okay. So let's are we using random yet? All right, so we are using random, and we're using random.choice. I think random.choice will work here as well. It's already a list. So let's do this. Let's take these Pokemon right here. Let's take all these Pokemon. Actually, let's put them back down here. Let's make these let's put these in a list though, okay? Let's put some stuff around them. This is gonna be ugh. We'll put some stuff around them, and let's put some commas in between them. We would have to. No, let's not do that. Let's not do it this way. Let's do. Yeah, we can do this as a dictionary instead. Let's do that. Key and a value. And let's make it cleaner. Name tuple could, yeah. Um, Yeah, we could. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to work with the data. I'd like to basically hard code. Um, that's this is probably what I'll do. Dictionary feels right here. Um, but I basically just want to create, initially set up a pool of maybe 10 Pokemon, 10 to 15 Pokemon. I don't really feel like typing it all out, but we need to set up a kind of a constant here of 10 Pokemon to choose from. Right now, it's going to be us versus the computer. So maybe, it's going to randomly grab 3 Pokemon from the list for us and 3 Pokemon from the list for the computer. And maybe we can, I think a dictionary is going to work best for this. Nope, nope, nope. We're only working with things that we touched so far. Yeah, no, Also, just to also be clear, I would prefer to be doing this in Go right now. I would much prefer to be doing this in Go. But again, we're talking about object oriented programming. Go is classless, even though it has object oriented methodologies that you can choose from. All right, so let's set this whole thing equal to. We're gonna set it equal to Poke List. All right, yeah, the Poke List is going to be equal to this dictionary here. Is it going to let me do this? So this is actually a good question. So for Python's white spacing, Python spacing, will it allow me to, is it going to allow me to line these up? Actually don't know. I don't know if it's going to let me do this. Is it going to allow me to line them up so that it's obvious what I have in here? Oh yeah, keys need to be strings. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep, you are correct there. And squirt. And Char, our Charmander. And so actually, I should just do. I wonder if the names are going to. That's fine. Mine auto formats when I save makes it looks pretty. Oh, that. So you know what? You know what? I think. Are you? So Layla, are you doing this in VS Code? I think because undo, undo. Here, maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll use VS Code to help me out here. Yeah, okay. All right. In VS Code, we set that up here. You know what? Let's do this. We still have it set up. VS Code. Let's go ahead and do. Oh, this is when we were doing all of our cloud formation stuff. So anyone who likes cloud stuff, we do some cloud formation. Let's go into Control P, SSH, connect to host. We want to connect to root at sandbox. .io. Come on. And it's going to be Linux. And my password. All right, here we go. Later. We'll saw it later. It's going to make me put in my password again when I open up a folder. That's the one thing I don't like about this is that if we go into deCoded and I go into week 7 and I click OK, it's going to remake me enter in Linux. Later. All right. All right, there we go. A little bit nicer, a little bit cooler. What's up, the Bark Show, or the Barker Show? Welcome, LNX. How you doing today? Z Dregs, welcome. Volcanic Orgasm, welcome. Pyrogami, I love it. Hold on, let me get on up here so I can see more. McMouse, welcome again. Mr. Demon Wolf, thank you so much for coming through. Thanks for the host. What's up, Ken Henry, King of Dante? Welcome. It's good to have you. Also, the gifted subs again from Homie Rook. I'm back down to where I was. I appreciate it. Cool. Pylance extension is not installed. Pylance. I don't know what Pylance is, but it's now installed on my system. And I do find that the formatting in VS Code really does help sometimes. The color scheme is going to throw me off, like the changing colors is going to throw me off a little bit, but it is what it is. Come on, hold on, mess it up. Mess it up again. I messed that up again. I definitely messed that up. Come on, there we go. Later. All right. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That looks a lot better actually. And cool. I'll leave that there. And we got some stuff going on. Your typos give you a chance to catch up. Good. So I'll keep making them for a little while longer. So we'll make some more Pokemon in a second. Right now, it's fine if they have the same things. Pokélist. Why doesn't it like very Pokélist? Pokélist is not it's not accessed. Okay, cool. So this is cool. It's giving me some some cool things that I can see. I don't know if I like. Can I put this down at the bottom? I don't like this here. I forgot I am using Vim key bindings. Ugh, go away. Can I get this right here and it still be fine? All right. So game logic, our creation of our team. Let's go ahead and use what we were basically doing right here to be able to add a member to each team. And so let's do this. Let's how are we gonna mess with these? I'm trying not to. I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hedge our bets a little bit here. We're trying to eat this together, but I'm also trying to make sure I don't shoot us in the foot, so that we get a little bit later on and we're like, oh man, we're gonna have to write 37 lines of code to do a simple thing because of the way that we are handling these things. And this is, what's fun? You know what's interesting? I should do the game logic this way, but I'm actually gonna change this back to the game logic is just going to be a function, like it's going to be like the main function, and really I don't even need to put it in. I don't actually need to put it in a function, but I'm going to put it here so that you can kind of see how the logic is isolated a little bit. So let's do let's create for now just my team, okay, and let's create computer team just so that we can see these things. Right now we only have 3 things, so it's going to choose. It's going to choose what it's going to choose. Okay. So what we're going to do here is let's first use our lineup to create. Now, so lineup. Let's go ahead and let's take. We can add one member. Let's go ahead and make a function that actually creates an entire lineup here, and let's call it recruit. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and create one right here that's called recruit. And this will recruit an entire team for you, okay? This will recruit everyone that you need, everything that you need to be used so that we can do some stuff. So let's go ahead and let's recruit. Let's have a function that recruits the team. What's up, Maddox? Been a day. I'm sorry about that, but welcome. You're here now. You're amongst friends. You're amongst people whom love you. I didn't use whom correctly there, but who love you. So welcome. I hope we can help you wind down from your day. I still came in it with Nano sometimes. I haven't used Nano in years. But yeah, absolutely with family 100%. So recruit, all we want to do with recruit is we want to be able to get all of our team members here and into where they need to go. And so all we are going to do is let's for I in range, how do you do this in Python? Is it what, 0 to 3? to start out, we can change this number a little bit later. All we're gonna do is self dot members dot. Oh no, not even. We're just gonna call add member. So all we're gonna do is on. So this is a good question. Shouldn't the type be a list because some Pokemon can have multiple? Yeah, we're this is basic. This is, yes, we will extend this at, like, we will extend this later in the future, or you all can extend it yourself. We're just trying to get seat time with classes. We're not trying to make a super robust program. But yes, you would be correct. If we wanted to give Pokemon multiple types, if we wanted to make them both an ice and electric type, we absolutely would need that to be a list. And that actually is probably okay for us to do, because right now, Python's not a static language. It would be pretty easy for us to change that thing. But right now, we're just, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. All right, so right now we want to be able to add to our lineup. So we want to be able to use this to add a Pokemon to the current lineup. Now, here's the question. Okay, so normally we have a lineup. All right, and on lineup, if we wanted to add a member, we would call lineup.add member. Whatever lineup thing we would call .add member, and it would all get imported there. Really, this is going to be the exact same function. We could use the add member function. I'm not going to use the add member function for this because what we're doing is so little. So I'm just going to take this. If we were, okay, they don't want us to, they don't want us to be great. Show line. Hold on. Redo, undo. Hold on. Redo, undo, redo. All right. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I'm not. Okay. Here we go. Def game logic. My team, comp team, self that add members. Okay. R. Got it. I broke it because I have both of them key bindings, but I'm also using just the normal stuff that VS Code has to offer. So cool. Oh my gosh, you advanced a lot with Pokemon game. Not really. We're not that far. We're definitely not that far at all. Let's see. Do you like the Surface laptop for development? So I need to change that. I'm using, what you're seeing right now is actually not a Surface laptop anymore. It is a Surface Pro because I can draw on it. It's helpful because I can draw on it. Yes, I do like the Surface. I love the Surface laptop when I had it. A little expensive for what you get. If you are just using it for development, I think it's great for development. Looking for a new laptop that isn't necessarily a MacBook Pro. I would say, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now in the laptop market, if you don't want a MacBook, yeah, I mean, I find the Surface laptop to be. I also felt special using the Surface laptop. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's one of the reasons why people used to buy Macs. I felt fancy. I felt cool using the Surface laptop when I did have it. It's great. I don't feel the same using the Surface Pro because a lot of people have the Surface Pro. A whole lot of people have the Surface Pro. It's not quite the same prestigious item. I'm a big fan of ThinkPads. I'm a huge fan of ThinkPads. If you want to say the Windows route, and you don't need Thunderbolt 3, that's the key. If you don't need Thunderbolt 3 and you want to stay on the Windows side of things, I think the Windows laptop is the place to go. I would also check out System 76. They got some cool Linux laptops if you want to try that. But ThinkPads, you can't go wrong with ThinkPads. If you learn to like what ThinkPads look like, I think ThinkPads are my option. My daily driver is a ThinkPad for a laptop. I actually don't use a Surface outside of the house. I use my ThinkPad on the go because I'm rough and because the ThinkPad is industrial. It's industrial yet beautiful. I have an X1 Extreme. So X1 Carbon is a beautiful laptop, but I am a fan of the Surface products though. I've become a huge fan of them actually. If they ever release a Surface Studio 3, I might rethink my whole rig. If they release one that has good specs. Surface Studio 2 did not have good specs, so I stayed away from it. All right, so recruit, we're just going to simply do you know, we're not reusing code as we should be, but it's all good. Self dot members dot append, and we'll do the exact same thing. Okay. All right. And so you might be saying to yourself, we have all these functions, we're not returning any information. Yes, the reason why we're not returning any information because this data is saving the things to itself here. It's moving the data around in the object. We actually don't need to return it in this case for our specific use case, but you can return data from these functions. We just don't need to. That's probably the better way to do it. But right now, we don't got to do that. But I do have to tell it to take in. I have to tell it to take in Pokemon. But you know what? I don't. This is the fancy part of it, actually. Let's do a random dot choice. I think choice will just select one for us, right? Out of the dictionary. Actually, so we're gonna append. We'll do it in one line. We'll do it in one line here. Let's do a random dot choice Pokemon. Okay, let's do that. I think that'll work. Not Pokemon. Random dot choice. Ooh, we will have to take this in. Maybe we have to take in not choice, but we will take in Pokemon list. So we're gonna take in the whole list of Pokemon here. All right. We'll take in this entire list that we have here, and we'll have it pick one off of here. We'll have it pick one off of there. We should also make it remove one, but let's just make sure it's selecting right now. I think random.choice will do this. Maybe not. Working with these different data types has been it's weird. We'll figure it out. I don't do a lot of Python anymore, so we'll see if that works. Just so that we know what's in here, let's also, once it's done doing the for loop, let's go ahead and I'm just going to nope. Let's be verbose here. Let's be verbose and only so that we can see what's happening. I'm combining a lot of methods all together, and I do think that can be very confusing for people. I just want to make sure that it's easy to follow. I'd rather it be easy to follow than anything else. So let's create a let's call it Pokemon to add. Okay, just so that you know exactly what that is, and we will paste this in here. So the first thing that's going to do is it's going to grab a random Pokemon from this list, and it's going to append it. I'm also going to print out the Pokemon to add, just so that we know what it did. Print out Pokemon to add, dot name. I want to see the name because it's a Pokemon object. And let's just see if this works, okay? Let's just see if this works. So for I in range, so we're not using I at all, which is fine. And let's go down here, and we got all the stuff here. We created a lineup, and let's actually delete all of this. And all we want to do is let's run an rteam dot recruit, because that's something that we can do. And let's see. We'll comment this out for now. All right, we'll do that for now. Sure, why not? Let's update it. Remove one. Yep, we can definitely remove one. Let's just make sure this works. Just because I actually don't use the choice one that often, and I want to make sure that it works. Cool. My team. For now, let's take this, comment that out. Let's pass this. All right, so let's see it in action. Invalid syntax, electric. So we made a mistake in the way that okay. It doesn't like our declaration of our Poke list. Also, not only does it not like our Poke list, we also didn't run this correct. Okay. I think that there are commas in between them. This one, not all three. Thank you. Thought it was between all three, but there we go. We also didn't call this correctly. Squirt. Wait, there's something else missing from here. Oh, yep, there we go. Thank you. I changed the first line, but I didn't change the rest. All right, so that looks better there. The closing doesn't. Okay, that makes sense here. Remove that. All right, so now the dictionary looks correct, but we also didn't recruit properly. The recruitment also must take in Pokemon list as well. So we would have gotten that error the next time we ran it. Well, let's go ahead and run it now. Okay, key error 2. Great. Let's why is the key error wrong? It's probably because of the choice. Because this choice use let's see. Also show lineup. Oh, that line's fine. Oh, line up. Yeah, that line's fine. We commented that line out. Key error 2. This has to do with the random.choice. I think I'm using random.choice incorrectly. Let me see. Python. Because, let's see, Python dictionary. Let's see. Random. I don't want just the random key. I want the random. I mean, I want the random thing. Random item. Just tuned in. Are those nested dictionaries where you have Squirtle, Charmander? Yeah, yes, they are. They are. And I really don't need them. We changed it from the way that we had it before, but yeah. Oh, just added out items. That might make sense. List values. Does dig we're making capital. I don't want to use this. Yeah, let's try dot items really quick to see if that works. I don't. Let's see if this works. I don't think this is going to work here. I've seen this before. I don't want. So I've seen this answer before. Oh, dot keys. I want the whole thing though. Do I need the whole thing though? I guess I don't need the whole thing. I don't need the whole thing. I just need the dot values, but I don't need to do a list on them. I think I just need the values. So if I do Pokemon dot values, and that was a function, right? I did not mean to close that. Oh, dict values, objects are not scriptable. So if I list it, it's not going to make it. It's not going to make it an object, correct? Let's see. Let's actually see real quick. If I do the same thing like we had here, like list, this is how we did it up top when we were trying to just get the information out. Let's see what happens here. List takes exactly one argument, 0. What? And 1, 2. Actually, no. We did this up here. List. Oh, we did that keys. Okay, that's that keys. But we don't want the key. We want the values though. Referencing Pokemon lists, not poke a list. Okay, that also helps. That also will fix our problem. There we go. That's very helpful. Poke list, and I actually don't think I need to do. Do I need to do list? Let's see. Let's move it back to where it was, and let's just do values. And I might need to do that. All right, let's see how that does. Object not scriptable. Tick values. Object is not scriptable, and that again, that's because you can't iterate through it. I don't think turning it into a list. Well, it'll allow it to run, but I don't think it's going to work for what we want. Um, needs a value to append. So yeah, it does need a value to append first. That's also true. It needs to append Pokemon add real quick. So we'll do that, and we will append the Pokemon to add. Yeah, why is Why is it Poke List and not Pokemon List? What do we call it? I thought we called it Poke List. I can call it Pokemon List. Oh, you're right. Oh yeah, that should have been fine. That would have been fine. The way we had it was fine before. It, you know, we could have because I called it Pokemon List. We could have called it Pokemon List right there. I wasn't really paying attention to that. Yeah, so these need to match. All that matters is that these match, not what the other thing matches. We're passing in Poke List properly right here. So Poke List comes in. We're gonna grab a value. So list Pokemon values worked. Okay, cool. All right, we'll save it and let's give it a go. All right, so Squirtle, Charmander. Great, that worked. The problem is we're not pulling off of that list. We're not pulling we aren't pulling any data off of there. So that's why we got Charmander twice. So we actually have two Charmanders in this current lineup. We should remove an item from that dictionary. Yeah, we should remove an item from the dictionary. So when we remove it, so right up front, it'll make it so that we have unique teams. We do need to add more items to the list so that we can slice it. So Summersoft, well, as a dictionary, you wouldn't be able to slice it, but as a list, you would. As a list, you would. That's a good idea. Slice dot members. Um, hmm. Hold on. Let's think about this for a second. So dictionary, we wouldn't be able to take a slice straight from the dictionary, but listing it, we could take a slice from it. For anyone who doesn't know what a slice is, that allows us to take a subset of the indices from this. We can take a sliver. We can take a sliver of the options here. Self.members equals self.members 0 to 1 plus 0 plus Pokemon to add. Why? How would that self.members? Why is that different? So a slice and concat. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's try that out. Pokemon to add. It'll be multiple of them, but this will still need to be so not random choice. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. The problem is when we have multiple ones, yeah, it affects randomization. It wouldn't allow us to randomize anything if we were to take a slice and simply add the whole slice. Now we could append. I mean, we could concatenate if we wanted to create the final thing, but that we still need the individual Pokemon to add. So the list is right now the list is only 3, and we can add them all. But eventually we're gonna have a big list of Pokemon that we want to grab individual ones from. That would affect our randomization. But that would be a good idea though. That's cool. So it grabs it, it puts it in there. Let's go ahead and remove an item. I actually have no idea how to remove. Now here's another question. Nope. Let's just go ahead and remove it. How do we remove an item from a dictionary? See, this is why I say you don't remember this stuff. W3 schools is where we go. Python. That's probably the delete keyword, I think. I'm thinking a for loop where we append and then delete from the list. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here. When pass the list is referenced, password values to make sure we don't get duplicates. Yeah. So that's what we're doing right here. Is we are beginning to remove. We're getting to remove from that list right now. Pokemon.remove. Yeah, Pokemon add. Okay, cool. It's just that remove. I don't know if it was the delete keyword or what. Now the question is, I actually don't know for Python if this will actually remove it from the list. Period. But yeah, we'll remove it, and we will simply remove the Pokemon to add. And so theoretically, if this does work, we should get 3 different Pokemon here. Dictionary object has remove. It didn't like that. That's why I was gonna look. I never remember the keywords. Let's see. Let's just go look. And I could look at the documentation, but why would I look at the documentation when I could look right here on W3 Schools where they're going to tell me, they're going to give me that keyword, unordered, changeable, dictionary length, type. Whoa, they didn't, I think it's the delete keyword. From a list, yeah. It's a list though, it's not, no, it's a dictionary. It's a dictionary. Oh yeah, yep, you got it. Yep, it is delete. See, man, I'll be knowing stuff sometimes. I know it every now and then. And it's just del. It's not even, well, let's see. Or is it just a del keyword? Is it okay, hold on. Yeah, I think it's what is it? It's actually del. I'm trying to do this from memory. Is it del the name of the poke list, or what we passed in, which is poke list? And is it like this? This feels like it's like this. Oh, it's not even this. It would have to be, ugh. Because Pokemon add is a whole object, isn't it? Let's see. The object value, Pokemon's last index, no parens. No parens. Oh, for the no parens? No commas. Well, y'all throw me off. No commas. We need to create a var with the randomized list. No, we don't need to create a variable for the randomized list because that's going to get saved into the object data, into the members object data here. So this dig.pop item. Okay. So the dictionary is post list dot pop. And is it let's try this. Or delete Pogo. Oh, that's what I had. Delete Pogo list. That's what I had. Key val. So we'll try this really quick. I'll save it and then I'll redo and try to put that in there. Key error. So I think it needs the .name instead, maybe. Well, no, because it's it didn't like that. Pop takes an index. So for that would be interesting. Let me go back to the delete. Redo. So this is how I had it to delete. And we want to remove from poke list. And from poke list, we want to pass in the key. And so the key is going to be, the key might not be the .name. That's the problem. We need to, which Pokemon to add won't have? Correct. Pokemon add will have it if so all we got to do is this. All we got to do is one, just not give them nicknames. And really, we probably, if we did this, we could also probably remove this, but it's fine. We'll just do Bulbasaur and Squirtle and Charmander. If we do that, what we can do now is if we do Poke List, we can do Pokemon to add .name, right? That feels like we can do that. That feels like we can do that. You can even think and look at chat. Thinking's a little, am I thinking? Look, I look at the title. I said we're yeeting this. I'm yeeting at the chat, okay? I'm looking at the chat. I'm going back and forth. We are just seeing how these objects work together. We're just playing around. And we're playing in the sandbox. Boom, boom, boom. See me with the that's what the kids do. We're doing memes today, okay? That's what they do. And then they do the nay. Yes. Yeah. You know, I'm hip, man. I'm hip. I'm on, about to be 31. I'm hip out here. I know all the stuff. What they do now? They do the I don't know what they do now. I'm lost. I'm lost on all the teams. So I was just happy to see that we got all three Pokemon on our team. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to let's give ourselves a few more Pokemon real quick. I'll give them different names just so that we can let's make like two more real quick. They'll have the same values and stuff because I don't feel like typing that much, but we'll fix that in a second. Let's add just a few more. I'm almost there, Joe Flu. Young buck, okay, young, exactly, young stallion. I feel old. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm an old man, and I'm sure once this baby comes, I will feel much older. So, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. What else do we want? Well, we gotta add in, like a Rattata, and then we gotta add in like a Ditto. I'm trying to think of things that are easy to type for me. Ditto. What else do we have? A Mew. How about that? And give me something else with not a lot of letters. Arbok. If you don't know who these Pokemon are, you should know who they are. Yes, I am using ZSH. This is, if you go, I'll send you, if you hit ! terminal settings, maybe you can get to my config files and you can see that this is the spaceship, the spaceship theme for ZSH. But yeah. You can ! terminal settings or ! Vim settings maybe should take you to my config files, and I did push those up for Sully like this past week or whatever. So we'll do Arbok. We will do Mew. Okay, my typing's coming back together a little bit. We'll do Ditto. I spoke too soon, to be honest. Then see inside, and I think it's supposed to be, I don't know. That's definitely not how you spell Rattata, but whatever, it's all fine. And at the very end of these, do they all have commas? I don't even know why I did it that way. They need commas. They need commas. They need commas for commas. Okay, there we go. Can I see the recruit function again? Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely take a look at the recruit function. The recruit function, right now, it's about the same as the add member function. So right now, because I only want 3 members of the team, I'm using the range function. What's going to start at 0. It's going to go up to 3, but not including 3. So it's going to go 0, 1, and 2. And so basically, it's just going to make it loop through 3 times. I could have done that in way different ways. I just wanted to do it that way. I don't know why. But it's going to pick a random item, a random Pokemon out of the list, and then it's going to add it to the self.members, and then it's going to delete it from the list so that hopefully we should not receive any duplicates. So let's see. I'll put this up top. Let's go ahead and see if this works. All right. And we do it over and over again. Look at all them random teams we got. Look at all those random teams we are getting right there. That's phenomenal. Okay. I think it's working good enough for now. So we can get one. So now that we have that so that we can get a team, let's go ahead and in the game logic, let's go ahead and get 2 teams going. Okay. And actually I'm going to delete the print statements because we don't really need the print statements there. But my team is going to be equal to, a new instance. So actually, this is a good question here. Pokeless is going to be exhausted though. Correct. It will be exhausted. So we should clone. We don't need to clone though. The way that you get around cloning, and actually it's actually okay if Pokeless is exhausted because yes, it'll suck because the first person will get, the chance to get all the Pokemon, but the teams actually need to be different. They don't need to be different, but we have we could do that and just ensure that you have more Pokemon than are needed. Either one, cloning would be the most fair option, but we don't care about fair over here. We don't care about fair at all over here. Now we care. We care a lot. One second. What's up, Intelligent Orc? Welcome. What's that? Red Panda Giant. Good to have you. Naughty Body Wash. Welcome to the channel. What's up, Extragy? Good to have you. Hyde's Name. Welcome to the channel. Kasadin. Welcome. Arsonist Games. Welcome. Rocket Baby. Benny White. I love it. It's good to have you all here. Welcome to the channel. We're just doing a little, we're trying to be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them was everyone's real test, and to train them was our cause. We want to travel across the land, searching far and wide these Pokemon to understand the power that's inside Pokemon, and gotta catch them all. Oh, it's so true. The powers will pull us through. You teach me, and I'll teach you. Pokemon. Oh man, that's just bro. I'm sorry. You know, I got carried away. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely got carried away with that. It was love. I'm about to cry a little bit. They didn't release, so they didn't make any major Pokemon announcements yesterday, unfortunately. But that's, you know, we're just having a little bit of fun today with that. I think I do know where you're going with this now for a structural purpose. Yeah, you know, just, you know, but we're having some great conversation here. We're really trying this. We're doing our best here. All right, so yeah, please, thank you for that. You know, I try to hit the notes there, and when, you know, try to go high, went low a couple of times. Really working on my range, to be 100% honest with you all. I am serious though. One day I'm trying to. I've been on Clubhouse, and I've been talking to a few people about how to get into voice acting. I really want to play villains. I would really love to voice a villain in some type of show, but I'm also don't feel like doing any training for it. So I'm hoping one day I'll just get lucky and people will be like, whatever you do will work for us. And I'll be like, thank you very much. Cause I think I don't know. I'm working on my range, cause it'll be fun. I think it'll be pretty fun to do some voice acting. Okay. So it'll now give us, if we do this. So let's try some things out. Some things that we haven't seen yet. You've seen me instantiate this a class to create our object. But what you haven't yet seen, you know, I'm actually going to put this back to, I'm going to delete this for now. What you haven't yet seen is, okay, do I have to do this line first? Do I have to just do it first? Okay. Like, can I out of the gate, can I go ahead and run the recruit function to instantiate this thing to create a new instance of what we have here? And so let's see. First off, let's run recruit. Let's actually delete the print here, because we don't need to. Why don't we need this? We don't need that because we have a way to see our whole team. How do we see our team? That's with the show lineup function. So we will now do this, and we will simply show our lineup instead. So we will create a lineup. We'll try to recruit immediately. When it's created, we're gonna recruit, and then we're gonna try to show our lineup. Let's see if that works. I keep out of habit. I keep Control-Z-ing, and this used to not work here. I'm glad it does work, but you know, it's okay. Why did that not work? Because we didn't pass anything to PokeList. Take a look at the error that we received. The function recruit missing one required positional argument. Remember that the positional argument is that recruit takes in PokeList. Okay. Oh, I broke that. No, I didn't. Okay. So we need to pass in the PokeList, which is right there. Let's simply go ahead and type that on in there. And let's save that. None type, show lineup. Okay. Your boy spelled it wrong. You know, lineup. So this is the problem. The errors tell me exactly what I did wrong, so I never do it right the first time. None type, show lineup. Hold on. Our team dot show lineup. It's right here. What did I type in? Our team dot show lineup. Oh, none type. So we don't have anything. Oh, yeah. It's not returning anything. I don't think it's returning anything. Correct the mundo. So we could just return self.members, I guess, right here. All right, there we go. List object has no attribute show. Oh, so now it's no longer a list object has, hold on. So we might have to change up some things really quick. Um, our team. No. Hold on. What was the original error? None type members is a list. Return. Oh, return self. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And if I return self, though, I still need to. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Cool. Didn't work. Okay. I mean, no, it did work. It worked. That's good. We return self, but it's not showing our whole lineup. Should it be outside the indent? Thank you. You are correct. It returned immediately. Thank you. See, this is also why perfect. See, when you say it, when you tell me, I know it. I know it's wrong. I know it's there. I know it's a problem, but you don't catch it while you're doing it right up front. Thank you. Good eyes, Burning JC. The reason is because I immediately returned on the very first iteration of the loop. Big problems. Return, breaks out of it, gets out of it. It's done for. So it did what we were supposed to do. I put the return here at the bottom of the function rather than here. This is another reason I do like Python. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like Python as a language, but this is why curly braces are gross, but I like them for scoping. They, it's easier to see to me. But there we go. We got 3 here. What's up, the Common Code? Good to see you. How you doing today? All right, so yes, our team, we can get this. Let's also just take this and let's make it our team and let's make it your team and let's see what these teams look like, okay? All we got to do to, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I just realized that the only difference between our and your is a Y. So, learn something new every day. I was about to change the whole word. They are the same word, I see, with 1 letter difference. Helpful. All right, so our team is Charmander, Rattata, and Ditto, and their team is Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Arbok. Okay, this is good. We're making progress, even though we've been working on this for a long time. We have teams now. We can create a team, and so we can start the process of making these things work. So let's do this. Let's def game logic, like I said we were doing before. Let's just do game logic, and let's not take in anything. Let's create our team. Let's create your team. All right, let's start. Watch this. Let's give it a game feel, okay? Let's give it a little game feel. Let's say print. All right, here we go. Got to get ready. We got to say get ready. Now recruiting your team of Pokemon. All right, so that's how it's going to start. It's going to say, get ready, now recruiting your team of Pokemon. And once you recruit your team of Pokemon, you can say, we can do something like this, and we can say, print. We should add in, one day we should add in some sounds. We should add in some weights and stuff. We should add in some sleeps, to be honest, but we'll hold off for a second. We'll do a print. Team selected. Get ready to no, we'll just put team selected, meet your new team. And then we're going to take this and we are going to put this up here and we're going to show our lineup for our team, okay? And then we're literally going to take this and this and we're going to paste it. And here it's going to say, instead of this, it's going to say now recruiting the enemy team. Now recruiting the enemy team, and then we'll put here, so that needs to be your team. And now we need team selected, meet your enemies. Okay, that's what it's gonna say. And then it's going to be a your team show lineup. And all right. Before we do that, Python sleep. How do you sleep in Python? I have no idea. Is this like an os.sleep or something? Time.sleep. Okay, import time.sleep. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Import time. And hold on, let's see. So we can do time.sleep. And is that seconds? Or is it milliseconds? Or what is it actually? Before I do this. What's up, Gadudis? Welcome to the channel tonight. Good to have you tonight. Good to see you. Good. Can't complain at all. We're just having a little bit of fun over here. All right, seconds. That makes things pretty easy. So we're only gonna sleep for we're gonna sleep for 1 second for now. 1.5 to make it, we gotta add in some drama here. We'll sleep. Yeah, we'll sleep for 1.5. And let's add in some spacing so we can, let's also add in one here so that you can see your lineup. And we'll let you see your lineup for 2 seconds. Okay. Not no, that's 3 seconds for now. Okay. And then we'll paste here. And then it'll end there. Okay. So here we go. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting I'm in VS Code. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens when we start our game up. Nothing happens. Why does nothing happen at all? Well, think about what you've learned. Think about everything that we've learned so far. Take a look. It's because we put all of this in a new function called game logic. And what are functions? Functions are reusable, reusable pieces of code, isolated pieces of code that only run when they're called. Are we calling game logic? No, we are not calling game logic, but we can call game logic just like this. And now we got it. What's up, FJ Elements? Thank you so much for the 3 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the cheer and the love. All right, so let's call it. PyCharm or VS. So so VS Code is always my first go-to. But if you're actually building, PyCharm has some really amazing things. If you are building applications in Python, if it's something that you're using heavily to build some cool things, I think giving PyCharm a chance. I think so I also don't think it has to be one or the other, to be 100% honest with you. Yeah, when I'm building some things, I'll do some stuff in WebStorm. If I need some of the extras features in there, I'm actually going to be checking out Goland. I've checked out Goland, but because I'm building something specifically in Go right now, I'm going to be probably utilizing Goland a little bit to help me out with that process. But yeah, I mean, I probably won't step away from VS Code ever, to be honest. Well, I'm not really into VS Code, but I'll probably have it around to use it for certain things. Same thing with Vim. What's up, Pants Pasta? Now I want to go change my name because y'all have the best names here. What's up, Il Giampi? Welcome, DJ Mike. Good to have you here. It's good to see everybody. All right, so cool. I probably should put some spaces in there. What's the easiest way to implement a new line? That's whack. Let's make it, I want the output to be pretty. So can I just does Python just take new line characters? If I do a backspace in and I yank it and I put one after every single thing, can I do that? Are we pulling your team and our team from the same list? For now we are. Just for now we are. So that's actually something really important to talk about. That's really, really important to talk about. So let's talk about the data and how and what's happening with the data as we run through this. Right now, we are currently utilizing this, we are accessing this list directly. So this dictionary right here, we are pulling that data into the recruit function here, the recruit method here. And when we actually get the item that we want, and we go to delete it, we are actually removing it from this list right here. This dictionary right here is changing, not list, sorry. This dictionary is changing. And so we actually won't get any duplicates for this use case. We're pulling from a pool of Pokemon. You know, if you didn't want that, you need to make sure that we create a copy of this Pokelist instead of deleting things from this directly. When we pull this data in, we would need to create a copy of this poke list so that we could utilize the data inside of it, so that we could have a complete list every time we were going to recruit Pokemon. Right now, I'm just gonna say, hey, you know, we can only recruit from the list, the raw list that we have for now. But just, you know, just it is what it is. DJ Mike, dope. I appreciate it. That, you know, thanks for coming through. You know, Black History Month. I appreciate it. Anyone who's come through from finding us on the front page, if you're not super crazy interested in the super technical things, we actually have an event. I'm trying to get the materials out for it tomorrow. But we actually have an event on the Saturday the 27th. Saturday 27th. That sounds right. If anyone's interested in hearing from some prominent Black executives in the tech industry who own tech companies, who are technical themselves, but want to just kind of hear about, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, if you're interested in the C-suite level of things. There are a lot of people I've talked to who are interested in things like being CTOs, CEOs, you know, being on the leadership side of the tech industry. There's going to be some pretty cool stuff. You want to hear from people who are running multi-million-dollar companies, like big money, multi millions of dollars. You can come through on the 27th if you're interested. But more like I'll probably drop some stuff for that. It's pretty dope. It'll be pretty helpful. Peace out, Unique ID. All right, so let's see this run. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop doing that. Let's see this run. All right, so recruiting your team of Pokemon. Here's our team of Pokemon right here. We got Arbok, Squirtle, and Rattata, and they got Mew, Bulbasaur, and Ditto. They would destroy us, to be 100% honest. We can see their status. We can see how strong they are. That is phenomenal. Really, really exciting. Okay, great. You know, that's great. Maybe what we can do is we should we would have to do some looping. We had to do some, there's a lot we have to do. This actually is fun because this feels, at this point, it feels exactly how the Jack Black's blackjack game was that we wrote. And it was pretty exciting, kind of getting, you know, you get to the point where it's like, oh man, we actually have a lot of logic to put in here for what needs to happen. So we have teams. Each of these Pokemon, not only do they have these powers, not only do they have the Pokemon, they also have different attacks. We didn't change all of them, but what we could do real quick is just for fun in the game logic space, you know, just to see we could go through our team. What is, so actually also let's talk about what these things are. What is our team? What do you think our team is? Let's take a look at it. Let's print out type. Let's actually not run. Let's make sure we know what it is. And let's go ahead and simply print. This is a terrible way to do this. But print, let's go ahead and print the type of our team out, even though I need to go back up there and uncomment it so it's actually a thing. And what's that line? 63? 63? Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see what type it is. Class main lineup. Look, it's of class lineup. Okay, so it's a part of this class right here. So it is an object of class lineup. So it's built off of this blueprint right here. So it is a lineup collection of Pokemon. That's great. That makes sense to us, right? I hope that's beginning to make sense, that our team is utilizing the blueprint of the lineup. All right, and we have the stuff in there that we're going to need. Also thinking maybe tweaking the game logic so it takes Pokelist as an argument. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, definitely makes a lot of sense. And I usually don't like doing this. I don't like calling the variable the same thing as the arguments, but you know, it is what it is. This so doing that doesn't it changes literally nothing for this, but I agree that that is a better that's a better paradigm. That I like that a lot. All right, so pulling it in, great, 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 great. Now we have these things. Let's hmm there's so many ways we can go with this, and I'm trying to pick something where we can. I'm trying to think of what the best bang for our buck is for just like another, like if we go for another 15 20 minutes, what's the best bang for our buck? How come that didn't hold on, why didn't that, oh well, for some reason highlighting this is not making it. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to uncom. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to think of the best bang for our buck. I kind of want to see them fight. I want to see the Pokemon actually fight right now. Why doesn't it like line up now? Oh, because it's supposed to be your team equals, what is lineup? Did I delete something? Our team. I don't know why that went not capitalized, but okay. Must have hit a key binding that messed that up. All right. So now that we have it, maybe I think it needs another argument. The game logic needs another argument. So, what's up? I mean, well, I already knew you were here. What are you thinking there, Sin City? Know the recruit. So you're saying the recruits need another argument. What for what? What other argument do you think we need to take in here? I like how we're not even using this ad member. I didn't even need to add that. Oh yeah. So we are calling. It's not getting past in the game logic function. I think we are passing it in. Let me see. Yeah, we're passing it here. Recruit, poke list. We're passing it in here. And so it's passing in this big list of Pokemon right here. And big list, I mean a simple list. So let's make them fight really fast. I'm trying to figure out if I want to make a fight class. Yeah, let's see if that works. I don't even want to think through it. I kind of want to just dive into it and see if it works out, or we just make it work. Let's just utilize another object and let's see how these objects can interact. Let's go ahead and create a new class called fight. And I think this is where they are going to do battle. And all right, I think self. The first rule of fight class is don't to never talk about fight class. I like that as the first rule, to be honest with you. I don't know why I did that. It's supposed to be def underscore underscore init. Come on. There we go. Init. Autofill this for me. You know that I'm a bad typist, VS Code. That's why I'm using you right now. Come on. Here we go. Ah, there we go. What's up, Zovek? How you doing today? All right, so I actually don't know if we need. I'm trying to think of what we need, if we need anything, but maybe we should just, for time's sake, I'm trying to think. Well, I'll leave that here. I'll leave a pass in case we need to come back to it. I don't know if we need anything, but let's go. Let's try to. Um. Huh. Hmm. I kind of want to make. I this is dumb. This is so stupid. Let's make one. Let's make this have one function. Well, one main function for now, and let's call it fight to death. That's terrible. It's fight to death. Okay. What would this take? Um, and this will take in the two Pokemon that are about to fight. Okay, it'll take in the Pokemon. This is dumb. This is so stupid. All right, and what it will do. So here's what I think it needs to happen. this I probably don't even need a class for this, but I feel like just to get us somewhere, to just get us started, what we should do is we should start a fight. You know, we both have our teams. We should start a fight for now with just pick a Pokemon that's a part of our team. Just pick one, just see if it works. Take one from each team, put them into this fight class. But I feel like this is dumb. I said we just make it work anyway, but whatever. We have two that we create a fight class out of. We call fight to the death on them. So we'll need to pass our Pokemon into here, and they both have hit points right now. They have an amount of hit points, and they all have 4 attacks. And those 4 attacks have different point values, but they're the same point value. So the attacks are different, but they are different point values. So they're all 10, 20, 25, and 35 point values, even though they might have some different names. What I kind of want to do is I'd like to just start random, like basically have it pick a random attack and reduce that amount from the other Pokemon's hit points, and whoever hits 0 first loses and the other one wins. And just to say 1-1, and to kind of narrate what happened here. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. We don't really, we probably don't even need, we don't need a fight to the death here. We can just make a function that does it. We can make a function that does it. Recruiting, team of Pokemon, trace back. Let's see, you got line 49. Let's see, game logic, PokeList file. Is that the whole Erison City? Line 49. Are your lines the same as mine? Can I look at your lineup function? Yeah. So here's my entire lineup. Whoa. Lineup class right here. I'm trying to think. Recruit PokeList. Our team. So it looks like down lower. Our team underscore equals. Oh, it's because the self in the other function. That makes sense. Okay. It might also be, I don't know if you lowercase or capitalize, but I don't know. Okay. I still want this fight class, but I don't want to fight to the death. I want to simply question. If so we want to be able to track, we want to be able to do damage to other Pokemon, okay? We're not gonna put that in the Pokemon class because the Pokemon class is the thing that's setting up the Pokemon, and we can see attacks and stuff, but we're gonna use it to run an attack. But then we need to, if we are to run an attack, which does a random attack. I forgot we already did that. I forgot we already did. Oh, that's nice. We already have a way to attack. So we can run an attack. If we do run the attack, or when we run the attack, it needs to then take the value here. It takes the damage, and it needs to remove the damage from the Pokemon that exists in the other person's lineup. All right, let's see if we can implement that. So I'm not going to confuse this with a fight class, but I am going to confuse this with a fight function that should be a class. All right, so we are now going to go into maybe not even a fight function. Maybe it's just a fight loop. Maybe we should do a fight loop. All right, so this is of type this. So we need to take the Pokemon out of this object. What do we need to do? Let me draw this out real quick because I think I just confused myself real quick. Let me just make sure I still understand what we're trying to do here. All right, so you've got team 1. All right, and you've got Pokemon 1, Pokemon 2, Pokemon 3. You got team 2. You got Pokemon 1, Pokemon 2, Pokemon 3. All right, so all we need to do for now, we just need to bring down, let's just say, Poke 1 and Poke 2. We need to just, grab Poke 1, grab Poke 2, so that it's Poke 1 versus Poke 2. All right? We already know how to make them attack. Okay, so if Pokemon 1 attacks Pokemon 2, we send the attack over this way. That means we're gonna need to subtract HP. All right, we subtract that HP, and then we need to after we subtract it, we need to actually ensure that the current Pokemon is saved. We need to figure out how we can access the object, that object in there. Okay. All right. This might mean we might need to change up some of our stuff, but let's see. Let's have a good time here. We got our team selected, and maybe now we won't use recruit. Maybe right now we will use add member doesn't do a random one. Okay. Let's do this. Just to make it not crazy, let's I think I could have just did range 0, but let's have it only add in one thing, okay? Just to make sure we're good to go. Missing from game logic. All right, get ready to recruit. There we go. We both get one Pokemon now. All right, let's just slim it down a little bit. All right, we slimmed it down, and we now have one Pokemon apiece, but it's a part of the object. So now let's say, ooh, what we want to do is let's say while. Let's do a while loop. Let's start an infinite. Let's start an infinite loop, okay, for our battle. All right, while true, infinite loop. We will say, I'm gonna have only one person attack the other person right now. How can we access the Pokemon in my team's object? So we have our team, which is object, and I could say, what's this? My lineup, or what do we call this? Or our team. Waffle Mixer, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much. 2 months. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. It's good to have you. Welcome. Just come on in. Just thank you for the love. Congratulations. That's 2 whole months without advertisements. That's amazing. Do you know how much time you've gotten back to your own life? It's amazing. Phenomenal. All right, so our team, okay? What if we look at our team members? What is our team members? Is it a list? What is it? So let's see what happens. We don't do while true on our team members, but our team members was a list, I believe. Yes, our team members is a list, and it is a list simply of the Pokemon. Interesting. Actually, I think we made a mistake here. It's supposed to be a list. Oh no, it's a list of Pokemon. A list of Pokemon objects. So, ooh. Okay, let's do this. Watch this. Because it's a list, I'm gonna take in the only one that's here. And let's just first make sure we can access it. So instead of doing the while true, I'm simply gonna print it out. I just want you to see how we can access this data. Because we haven't gone this deep into it yet. We haven't gotten to see how deep this is yet. So I'm gonna try to print this out. And we can delete this line right here. Nope. And let me let that run because it has some weights. I should remove those weights while we are waiting. What's up, Canterper? Welcome to the channel. What's up, the great Daft Git? Welcome to the channel. It's good to have you. And Sir Stream Boat, welcome. Milky Mave as well. Good to have you all here. That did not do anything because we didn't call game logic. I don't know where that code went to call game logic. And we need to call game logic with PokeList. There we go. And let's run it. Recruiting our one Pokemon, recruiting their one Pokemon. All right, and then we get this Pokemon object here that we tried to print out, which is good. So our team member, that member. Okay, so let's look at this again. Our team is of class lineup. It's one of these lineups, and members is right here. And actually, am I printing out members or am I just members is a list. Because it's a list, I can print out things at the index. I can use indices here. So that's why I did the 0 in there. So I'm printing out the very first item in the list, which is an object, okay? So it's an object. So I could, if I wanted to grab what Pokemon that was, just to make sure we're accessing the right Pokemon, I can do .name because it is a Pokemon. And because that object is a Pokemon, it has these attributes right here. So I have access to name, I have access to HP. Those are going to be things that I need. Okay, so let me just, let's comment out. I really should come out almost all of this, but let's just do that, do that, do that. All right. Just so you can see, I'm trying to take it through step by step, just so you can see that I can see that Arbok has, Arbok is right here. I also can have Arbok do an attack. Instead of printing out this, I can actually do our team member instead of .name, because I also have access to the attack function. What is it called? Run attack, to the run attack function here. So I can also do a run attack, even though it didn't tell me to run attack. It didn't tell me I could run attack. That, I think we can do it. And if I try to run an attack, Charmander attacked with Flame Wheel and did 35 damage. Okay. That's great. You attack with Fire Blast and did 25 damage. So I'm doing it over and over again. It's picking different things. I did Tackle. It's picking different Pokemon as well because we're doing it over and over again. But it is running an attack. That's helpful. So let's do our wild true real quick, and let's just make the most crude. Let's just make the most crude little attack function or attack logic right here, really quick, just so we can see some cool stuff happen. So we can say our team members .run attack. We should add something to the class for this, but the logic would be we run an attack. We need to return the damage so that we have access to it. Right now, it's not returning anything. What would be helpful is if the run attack, instead of just printing that thing out, which is helpful so that we can see what happens here. Once the for loop is done, I would love for us to, actually not this one, right here. Instead of we print this out, but I would also love for us to return the damage. The reason why we need the damage is because that's going to be an integer that we are going to need. All right. And so if we can gain access to that, that's nice. So our team members that run attack, I will save that to damage equals. All right, so damage is going to be equal to this. It's going to run an attack. It's going to save it to damage, which I spelled completely wrong. And then we're going to subtract that damage from the other person's, from your team's Pokemon, okay? So we can do, this is going to be gross. So your team dot members, we'll take the first one, and instead of run attack, let's go ahead and add, let's add a function up here to run attack, and we're gonna say def receive attack. This is a bad name for a function. but it's getting late, so I'm just trying to get through it. Receive attack. All right, and it's gonna take himself, and all it's gonna do on receive attack is it's simply going to decrement its own. It's gonna decrement its own HP. Okay, so maybe it takes in damage, takes himself, takes in damage, and it decrements it. Now it says now self dot HP is now equal to well, can you do minus equals in here? You can't do plus plus or minus minus, but I think you can do minus equals damage. All right, I think that'll do it. And I'll say I'll print this out. Print damage. Let's F print this. HP. Actually, we'll do status now. Print self dot. Nah, I could do self dot get status. Yeah, let's do that. Self dot get status, and it'll grab the status from itself. So man, let's see if this works. So I just put a little thing here so that we could automatically decrement the stuff. So we're gonna run an attack, which we have set up here. And so we're gonna receive the attack now. So your team member 0 is going to dot receive attack. Oh wait, why isn't that giving me? It's not giving it to me. I want it to automatically fill it out for me because I'm gonna mess it up otherwise because I don't know how to spell receive correctly. Okay, so it's gonna receive the attack. It should print out what happens. Receive attack and damage goes in here. I before E, but it's except after C. So after the C, it should be EI, right? That is what I understand. I before E except after C. Yeah, so that's what always confuses me. So except after C, that means it should be that. That looks, both of those look wrong to me. How did I spell it up here? I spelled it wrong here as well. Okay, so you see, I might have spelled it the same way. See, I except after C, C-E-I. Okay, receive. But it doesn't matter if the spelling is right. It just matters that you do it. Yes, two wrongs do make it right in this case. They do, because if you spell it wrong both ways, it will still access it just okay. Now, we also don't need this while true because it's just going to keep running the attack over and over again, nonstop. I actually want to see this happen. I lied. While true, that works. Let's see what happens here. All right. Whoa. Okay. Look at our HP is just getting wrecked. Look how amazing. Amazing. Phenomenal. Might break the loop if the team's HP gets below 0. Yeah, I mean, no. Nope. It's the Squirtle was still awake. Squirtle was getting wrecked. Okay, so we don't want to see that. Let's try to, instead of while true, let's do the same thing. Let's run a couple of attacks. Let's run like 4 attacks and see what happens. Let's run 3 attacks. 3 attacks. There should be no way. 3 attacks ideally shouldn't kill the Pokemon because they're all 35 is the most. But Computer Mango Burr, yeah, I mean, the fan on this kicks on pretty fast. For I in range, we'll do the same thing. We'll just do 3 attacks. We'll do 4 attacks. Oh no, this is not what we want to do. Yeah, it is. That's fine. For iron, what? Oh, that's wrong. In. All you gotta do is add some stuff there, or while health is great. So yes, sensitivity, 100%. That is the condition. So we could do that. We could say, man, but now we're just attacking it until it's dead. But we need to do while your team dot members 0 dot dot HP is greater than 0, then go ahead and run these attacks. So we could do that. We could definitely do that right now. We can, so yeah, can we decrement by the HP? Yes. Ooh, well, I mean, that's actually what we're doing here. Damage is decremented, but I mean, if you think from the for loop, we could do something like that. But we are doing that. So this should only attack until it's below 0. And so that's what it did. So our box starts at 100. What do we have? We have a Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur did Razor Leaf, did 25 damage. So the Arbok only had 75 left. Then it attacked with Hyper Beam. That's pretty savage combo right there. You get the Razor Leaf, zoom, 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 and then you get the Hyper Beam. And you're like, boom, Hyper Beam. This is how I acted when I was a kid, because that's how you do it. Hyper Beam, yeah. And you shoot the Hyper Beam, and then did it again and said Hyper Beam, and it did it 3 times in a row. That's the savage part. 3 Hyper Beams in a row is pretty savage. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that was not very random at all. Let's run it again and see what happens. All right, and look, it's more random that time. Okay, it's more random. It's much more random that time. So it did an Ember first, and so notice how it actually did many more attacks. So the first time it only did a couple. It only did 4, and now we did 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and so it's working. The Alt F4, thank you so much. I appreciate. Shout out. You want to be the very best. Exactly. We sang a little bit here. First off, shout out to the Alt F4. Oh man. We gotta play some games, man. I haven't played any games all year, and we gotta catch up, man. We definitely gotta catch up. But shout out to the Alt F4. If you all want to see someone who's building real things and not yeeting Pokemon games, please go follow the Alt F4. Doing really cool stuff, building stuff in Go, DevOps. I've seen TypeScript. I've seen all kinds of languages. They play games over there. It's all kinds of fun. We have a good time. But yeah, look at this. We've yeeted ourselves a Pokemon game. So now all of our game does right now is it can make you a team, and one Pokemon can attack another Pokemon randomly until it's dead. That's what we got so far. But we're definitely gonna build on this. But again, the goal tonight, everyone, just so you know, I mean, I think it's about time. Like we can talk through what we have so far. The goal was not to make a great Pokemon app. The goal was simply to get seat time with objects and classes. We utilize objects a lot throughout here. Again, seeing how you access data in these objects to see, what's in here. One day we're going to talk about debugging, and we're gonna learn how to use debuggers. And so when that happens, I do want you to be able to easily, and maybe there's a way inside of VS Code that I don't know. I would like you to be able to see what's in these objects at any given time. You know that this is a blueprint for an object. You know that these classes are simply a blueprint for the data and the actions that can be held inside of an object. And then we create instances of those objects like we did right here, where we instantiated objects. So we created a new object based on that blueprint. And then we began to utilize the data that was inside of there and to be able to do the actions that was able to manipulate the data. And we got one Pokemon that just kills another. Our Pokemon just kills their Pokemon, nonstop here. But this is actually a pretty good base of code for you to now take it and to see what you can do. See if you can, maybe you want to go through, let's do this. So let's change it back just real quick, just to show you how you can easily extend it. Let's put it back so that there are still 3 Pokemon in your lineup. Okay. So 0, 1, no, we just want 3. So we just want 3 Pokemon in our lineup, okay? What if we wanted to go through and see just see what happens, compete Pokemon 1 against Pokemon 1, or 0 against 0, 1 against 1, 2 against 2. You could just do a nice little, you could just do a little nested loop here, and you could say, again, same thing. We already know there's 3, or you can just say for I in your team, members. So for everything in your team or our team members, we can go through and we can fight. So we take this, and I think this will work. I'm just, this is one of those things where in my mind it's just going to work first try. But if we loop through, What it theoretically should do is fight the first three. I mean, fight the first two. Whichever one dies, once yours wins, because only yours is attacking. Great. The second one will then attack. The third one will then attack here. So we can just, we'll just save that right here. We'll also go up here and we will put the sleeps back in, just so it make it a little bit cleaner. And it's one attacking constantly doesn't seem like a fair game. It's not at all Sin City. It's not fair game at all. So maybe, all right, okay, watch this. So let's take this. Let's take it. Oh, we are yeeting this. We are yeeting this. Let's take it. Let's say let's do this. Let's say if you attack first, but let's take this and let's just change up, yours and ours. Our team member. Now the while loop, if we do it this way, the while loop no longer makes sense in the same way. Kinda. This is going to create if we don't put in more data to handle this, I'm just trying to get us something kind of a little bit more fun running. If we don't handle this properly right now, it's going to make it so that a Pokemon can die and still make one more attack, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We're just going to hack it together real quick. Let's time.sleep this for, a quick second, just so we have something here. Let's put this here. Let's put this here, and let's add another logic operator to this, and let's say, was in Python, is it the actual word and? That feels right. So while your team member number one, and not even number one, if I need this to be if I need this to be, you know what? If I need this to be a number, then I should do range length, right? And this instead will give me an integer, right? I think. Hey, YOLO, let's see if this runs. I would be so surprised if this runs. Let's see if it runs. I don't know what's gonna happen. We want to see some Pokemon fight. Let's see them fight. This is for sure gonna result in an error, but let's see. Oh, okay. We have our Pokemon, Charmander, Ditto, and Bulbasaur. Good lineup. Their team has Mew. Hold on. We're gonna read what happened once it's done, because I have no idea what's happening. I have zero idea what's happening. We're not telling people who won. We're not telling people anything, but we'll run the recap, and look how we have negative numbers now. Oh, somebody's getting wrecked. Everyone's getting wrecked. This seems like it's not working. This is not working, but I'm gonna let it keep going. Just let it just let it do what it's gonna do. Ah, there we go. You caught it. Or not and. Okay, but let's do the recap real quick. We have to do a quick recap. Okay, let's we should get some epic music. But it's okay. No, let's get it working first, and then we'll do a recap. I like that. Oh yeah, you're right. Definitely or not and. Good catch. We're late. I mean, it's late. Not we're late. All right, let's run it again. What's happening here? Let's clear this. Let's run it again, and let's see. All right, who do we have? We've got Mew, Arbok, and Charmander. Good lineup. They have Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Ditto. We need to add in some. We can't leave yet. We have to add in a little bit of some more statements and slow some things down. We got to get it to be an experience real quick. It still doesn't like. It doesn't like that at all. It's just gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. All right, still not cycling. Let's see. Why isn't it? So once it's done. Oh, this is, I didn't give it a, you see here, I deleted something. All right. All right. So this gives me index, right? I'm pretty sure this gives. Oh, and I didn't use the index. You are correct there. We also didn't. Okay. Our team members I. Your team members I. Okay. Okay. All right. I like it. You're right. I didn't use that I. I was just surprised that it was running. You know that was exciting. Okay. Is it right now? It better be. Who do we have? Mew, Charmander, Bulbasaur. They've got Arbok, Ditto, Squirtle. Okay, 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 okay. I only saw one negative there. The numbers should just keep going down, negative, and then okay, just hold on, just let it go. We might still be good. This doesn't. This also no longer. It's not. It doesn't. See, we need to do. Let's look to see if it seems like it was doing right. So let's look at it. It says, hey, all right. So we start out with Mew. So Mew should be attacking Arbok. Okay. Mew should be attacking Arbok, and you attacked with Flame Wheel, did 35 damage. So Arbok should be getting whipped until he's down to 0. But then they don't have a Mew. Oh, but then they attacked me back. Never mind. I think that's right. I forgot they were attacking me back. We need to change some of the words in here because I attacked them, then they attacked my Mew. Then we attacked Arbok for 20. They attacked us back for 20. We attacked. I think this is right. I think this is almost right. We need to add some handlers because I told you it would allow it to go negative because of the way that we wrote it. Arbok dies, but Mew also dies. All right, here we go. Real last changes. One sweep of sweeping changes, and we'll see this. I think you want to use and not or. No, I think I want to use or. No, I think you are right. I think we were right with the end because I need them both to be over 0 to keep going. But here's what we can do. We need to add a handler in here, and we can check after the attack. We can say if we need to do it both times. If your team dot this line right here. Actually no. If your team dot members I dot HP is this is terrible actually, but whatever. HP is less than 0 is less than or equal to 0, then we need to say let's go ahead and say your team dot we need to save this object to a better name, but your team member dot members dot members I dot name this is to be a print and it needs to be a print F and it needs to go in here. That name has fainted. Okay, so fainted right here, and we'll put that there, and we will simply, okay, so not only did they faint, but we also need to update your team dot members. This is gross. We need to save that to something else. We really do. Dot HP, no, not HP, status equals fainted. Right. Fainted. It's gonna be the status. So we update. They're dead. We change their status. Then we do. Then we should also run a get status real quick. Where are we running? Actually, we're running a get status. Oh, it's a part of the attack. I'm still gonna run it here. Your team dot members I dot get, is it get status? Get attacks. Okay, get underscore status. All right. So this is great. This is great. So it'll run this. And then also, not only that, it needs to break. It needs to continue. It needs to run to the next iteration of the loop. Um, And then that should also make this not true, and it won't run that next time. So I think this is good logic. I think. What about our members if it's below 0? That's so I'm about to put the same if statement below this. Like I said, I was just gonna YOLO this. So I'm gonna yank this. I'm gonna put this here, and we'll do the same thing with R, and then just change all of these to this. All right. We did that. Let's add in a little bit of, let's change it. Let's make it a tiny bit, the flow a little bit better. So, all right, we're gonna grab our team. We'll grab your team. Then there needs to be a sleep. Team select to meet your enemies. They let us know that there. Let's do another time.sleep here so that we can have some time. I want some time to be able to see our enemies, okay? So we can look at it, we can see the lineup, we know what's going on. Now that we know the lineup is happening, we will say, whoa, that's not what we'll say. Well, excuse me, sorry. We'll say prepare to fight. Prepare to fight. And then we will time.sleep again. This is gonna be a very slow program. We'll wait 3 seconds and we will fight. Now, when it does that, we will say, when it runs the attack, it says, it doesn't say the Pokemon's name. It says, where does the run attack at? Run attack says, I'll do self.name. Self.name. Self.name attack so that we can now see who's doing the attacking here. And after they attack, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the sleep in here so that we only have to add it in one place. If we only add a sleep in one place, we're good to go. So we'll sleep 2 seconds. All right, we'll sleep 2 seconds there, and we're done. Not sleep. Time.sleep. All right. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to run our Pokemon game where they do fight each other. I think we're ready. I'm sure it's gonna fail the first time, but let's see. All right, we're getting our Pokemon together. We got Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Arbok. Great. Our enemy has Ditto, Mew, and Rattata. Okay. Let's see. Prepare to fight. Let's go. Bulbasaur attack with Hyper Beam, 35 damage. Ditto, almost dead, but still awake. Ditto attacked. Hold on. I don't like those nuns. We gotta kill this. Where is that nun coming from? It's coming from a print statement that we don't need to be printing. So it's after. Hold on, I gotta get rid of it. It's got to be clean, y'all. It's got, we don't need to be perfect, but we can't be having these nuns print every time. And it's happening after the status. So where are we printing out get status? While just get status. Prepare to fight. Your team member's name has, so it's there. Attack from the class. From the Pokemon class. We're not doing get attacks. We're doing run. We have this. The run attack, or actually, which class? Let me see. Let me look at where it's happening. It's happening after. It's happening after the run attack, or is it happening after the received damage piece? It's happening after verified ditto. So that's the get status right there. Where are we doing the get status? And then a print is happening. Attack is fine. After we attack, okay. Are you sure it's happening here? What's up, Scott TCMO? Good to see you. We're almost done with our, thank you so much for the host. I appreciate it. We're almost done with our Pokemon stuff here from the class. All right. I'm trying to see. So I'm printing it here. Self.name attacked with this and it did damage. Hold on. First off, is that working? I actually didn't see if that was working. And receive attack. Oh, yes, thank you. I forgot we created that receive attack. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Got tired and wasn't looking. So let's hold on. This will probably get flagged, but we gotta put on some battle music, okay? We gotta put on some we gotta put on some Pokemon battle music. All right, hopefully it'll be fine. But it is what it is. I don't need this to be monetized at all. Pokemon battle music. All right, hold on. Let's get the Pokemon battle music going. Let me modify my sound. Let me make sure that my browser is set up to come through as, oh, I actually don't even see. Oh, it's because it's not playing any, hold on. Oh, oh, hold on. Ah, yeah. Okay, we got it now. Ooh, okay. Let's go for it. Can y'all hear that? I don't actually know if you can hear that at all. Let me see. Mixer, 4Cam, Sony Cam. No? Hold on. Music. I got to get it through. Because I can hear it very loud and clear. And it's exciting me right now. Bringing back all the nostalgia right here. Music. How can you all hear music? Wait. This is a better question. Have you all been not hearing music the entire time? Has this been musicless all evening? Wow. No one said anything. I mean, I guess, hey, if you like it, you like it. I didn't know. I did not know. I've been over here having a good old time. No, I did not change my format. I can hear the music. No problem. Like, I can hear everything. And that's very, very interesting. Okay. Well, now we know. Okay, so now you can though. Oh, well, okay. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. But there it is. Okay. Now that we got the music going, let's have a Pokemon battle. Is everyone ready? We've been waiting all night for this. I did not know that we didn't have any music going. I should have paid some more attention, but let's go. Here we go. All right, recruiter, we got Squirtle, Ditto, Rattata. All right, we didn't change up their move list though. Mute versus Mew, Charmander, and Arbok. Let's see who wins the game here. All right, here we go. We have Squirtle attacking, did 10 damage. To Mew. Mew came right back with a Fire Blast. I don't know why Mew knows Fire Blast, but for 25, oh man, now Squirtle's hurt. Squirtle attacks again with Hydro Pump. That's a big boy move right there. Squirtle attack, did tackle. Amazing. Wait, is Squirtle attacking every time? Oh no, this is good. I can't keep up. But yes, Squirtle attacked again. Oh wait, where are we at? Squirtle, Mew's about to die. Squirtle attack with a bubble. Mew now has -15. And now we've gone over to the next. Oh no, it let us know that Mew fainted. Okay, excellent. Mew fainted. Mew's dead. Mew got up out of there. We should add in a few more words to let you know who's winning currently and who's left. but the music's really helping out. We have Ditto doing, Ditto's doing Fire Blast because Ditto can do all that stuff. Charmander's dead, fainted. We're gonna bring out the Rattata versus Arbok. Arbok does fire. They all know Fire Blast. I don't know why they all know Fire Blast so well, or Flame Wheel. Everyone knows Tackle. That makes sense. But we got Ember going, yeah. And then now, who's about to die? Arbok's about to die. Rattata is doing good. Fire Blast. I think Rattata's dead, and game over. Okay, we gotta fix this output one day, and we also have to make more Pokemon with more moves. I wonder, there's probably some type of Pokemon database that we can import a bunch of data from. That's a great question. Who did win? Actually, real quick. Now, see, last thing. This really is the last thing. We have to know who won. We got to know who won. So here's what we're gonna do. We are very simply going to create a scoreboard right here, and our score versus our score equals, and we're just gonna be 0 right now, and then your score. Not your score, enemy score. Enemy score is going to be equal to 0. This is so, we're going to make this good one day. This is really we're going to make this a real game one day, and everyone's going to play it. And it's going to be the best strategy multiplayer thing on the planet. And we're going to get, it's going to be amazing. But until that day, we're keeping a score like this. And so if this person faints, we will simply do a, all right, hold on. We got to pause the music so we can come back to it. And that means if your team members fainted and not ours, that means our score plus equals 1. Plus equals 1. And not only that, we're going to say print in all caps, the score. The score is me me, and that's going to be our score, and enemy. Oh man, enemy is going to be enemy score. I can't believe you guys were living with no music all day when I was just jamming out. It's my fault, but like, I just feel bad. I feel bad for you. But now that we've done it, again, y'all can let me know if you like it. I'm gonna keep playing music for myself to the end of the day, to the end of the, to the world ends. But let's see. Oh, there's a Pokemon API. Perfect. We are going to be. This might be every build Saturday until we actually have a working command line game. Because this is I like Pokemon right there. Pokemon's my thing, y'all. All right, so we'll print this. We'll take this. Actually, we'll take both of these. We'll put these down here. We'll change our score to, again, your score, because we just learned that the only difference between your and our is the Y. Oh, no, it's not supposed to be your. It's enemy. Enemy score. And then all we got to do, we're down here at the bottom, because it's only 3 of them right now. The very last thing that we're going to do outside of the while loop, outside of the 4, outside of the while loop, the last thing we're going to do is, actually, we should have put the score in the game logic. What is this? Oh, no, we did put it in game logic. Hold on. Okay, it is in game logic. Let's just go over a little bit, and oh yes, thank you. It should be another F string. Thank you for that, because that was going to be problematic. Yes, it's going to be another F string. And now let me just go down here, and let's indent 1. Oh, that's too far. And let's simply go if, after everything's done, if our score is greater than your score, enemy score, then print we won. Ha 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 ha. And then if not, else print we lost because we are losers. That's a really terrible message, but it's okay. We lost because we're losers, okay? You win big, you lose big. This needs to also be an F string. This is a mess. But also, like, this is a mess, but like also like it's not a mess. But it is a mess, but it's also not a mess, you know? It's a game. So let's cut our music back on. Actually, is there any diamond platinum? Okay, we got some different battle music going. Okay, here we go. Let's get our team of Pokemon together. Rattata, Ditto, Arbok, let's go. Oh, they got the starters. Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Oh, we're gonna lose, but okay. Let's go. Prepare to fight. Get ready. Rattata, attack with Ember, 20 damage. Charmander down to 80. Charmander attacks with Fire Blast, down 25. Rattata's hurting a little bit right there. Charmander fights on back, but Charmander's still good, holding on. Rattata is definitely not looking good in this battle right now. One or two more good attacks. Rattata's gonna fade. Rattata holding on by a thread. Next attack should send Rattata over the edge. This is gonna be problematic for us. Enemy is up 1. We're hopping back in with Ditto plus Squirtle. Ditto attacks. Ditto is just going to take on basically everything Squirtle has. Ditto is whipping up on Squirtle right now, so we are doing pretty good. That's pretty good. Ditto's our person right now. Come on, Ditto, please get the Squirtle. We got to be up at least. We got to tie it up a little bit right here. And Squirtle, ooh, that water gun kind of hurt a little bit. Ditto's just, the tackles aren't really helping us, Ditto. I don't know what you're doing. I need you to do something better. Ditto, okay, all right. We've already lost, but it's okay. Head on out there, Arbok. Do your best against Bulbasaur. But for what I'm seeing, you might win, but we lost the battle already. Oh, we need to add in logic though for Pokemon to go on and survive. Okay, we did one. We won one. We took the L, but they had, guys, if you look at this, look at their team. They got the real starters. They got Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. It's random. All right, okay. We lost because we are losers. That is harsh. Okay, well, it does work. It works. I will push this code up now so that you all can have it, so that you can play it yourself. Definitely need some comments. It definitely needs a lot of love. It needs some comments. It needs a better interface. I really am going to check out this Pokemon API, because it would be nice to be able to just pull in all the Pokemon data and to be able to choose. It would be nice for people to be able to choose themselves as well. But it's fun. It's a fun little thing that we did here. Take it, look at it. Definitely rigged. It's not as rigged as Jack Black's Blackjack game. So we have 2 full functioning games that are here to get you all through the pandemic while you're home. We have Jack Black's Blackjack, and now we have Pokemon Yeet. That's what we're gonna call. That's what we're calling this. This is called Pokemon Yeet, and we'll put that up here. Pokemon Yeet version, because we just yeeted this together. No problem. All right, that's what we did. I hope tangible takeaways. We had a lot of fun doing this. I had a really good time. I was really excited about today doing this. But what did we learn this week? All we really needed to pick up, the things that you need to pick up, especially when you're going to go interviewing, when you want to make sure that you can go get the job, you want to know that object-oriented programming is simply a way of programming. It is a programming paradigm. It's not a specific technology. It's just a way things are done in a programming language. Python itself is an object-oriented language. JavaScript is as well. There are a lot of others, Java, C++, but a bunch of other languages that are object-oriented. It is a popular way of doing things. We did learn about the 4 pillars of OOP. We learned about encapsulation. We didn't do a lot of encapsulation, but encapsulation, we learned about, I wanted to stop and do some potion stuff on here so that we could do some inheritance. So you can talk about that. We talk about polymorphism, and what's the 4th pillar? Hold on, polymorphism. And abstraction, okay? And abstraction. We didn't do a lot of super advanced stuff here, but we talked about abstraction and abstracting away the difficult things and giving people a nice interface. So we talked about those 4 pillars. It would help for you to dive into those a little bit deeper. We should do some, I think I might switch it up so that part 2 of this course, the journeyman level course, dives into those specifically, where we can actually do some significant implementations of those things rather than just kind of the light surface level ones. But just be aware that there are 4 pillars. Do your best to go learn about them so that you can talk about them. It's pretty helpful. But we also learn that those objects that we are orienting our programming around, our programming paradigm around, are it's just simply a collection of data and functions. That's all it is. This piece of data are called attributes. So you can set this data up, variables, all these other things, and then you can attach functions to these classes as well, to these objects that can either act upon the data itself or do really whatever you want them to do. But those functions that are attached to these objects, that are attached to these classes, are called methods. And these classes themselves are simply blueprints for objects. So out of a single blueprint, you can create any number of those objects. And each to create an object, you need to instantiate that class. You need to instantiate, you need to create an instance of that class to be able to use it, and that creates an object for you to be able to utilize later on. So yeah, resume bullet point: participated in live Pokemon Yeets. I love it. I think you should put it on your resume. Yeah, that is harsh. We should switch up that statement too, but it's okay. Maybe you could change it to we lost because it's rigged. Because that's what happens. Yeah, I'll share it. Let me push this first so that the code is there. This should get its own repo as well. I should move this out into its own repo, but I won't now. I'm not gonna complicate things right now. But let's get status this. Git add. I'm just gonna add the Pokemon.py -m completed Pokemon Yeet. Completed V1 of Pokemon Yeet. And we'll push that up. There we go. It should be there now. Let me go ahead and give you the repo for this. It is the deCoded Q1 2021 repo right here. Peace out, Burning JC. You stayed to then, you made it. You made it. We're about to drop off just as well. So yeah, that's there. Our code is fun. But I'm not joking. I actually really want to go through now and kind of make a Pokemon game utilizing that. I really want to check out that API because Pokemon is life. And this seems like something cool. Like creating something like this feels a lot cooler than creating like a blackjack game or something, especially for a younger crowd. I've been trying to think about some cool ways to get some, middle schoolers and high schoolers, even though I don't even know if they're into Pokemon, but they should be if they're not. So this is my way of getting it there. Cool. Cause I also would like different Pokemon. I would love to implement levels and implement, different damage for strength types and things like that. It would be amazing. That would be super fun to do. We just have a bunch of prints and sleeps in here. There are way better ways to handle all of this, but it's all good. It works. Cool, that's it. We did our tangible takeaways. Thank you everyone for coming and hanging out for so long. Who are we gonna go head over tonight and say hello to? Let's see, where is the Prime's on? So we probably are gonna head over to Prime's channel because we like to head over to Only Devs when they are online. They're usually not online at this time, so we'll head over to the Prime Engine because we haven't been there in a while. So !raid. Thanks everyone for coming through tonight. I had a really good time. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry you were musicless for literal hours, but maybe you enjoyed it. Maybe you liked it. I had a good time either way. This was very exciting. The Miagin. There we go. Peace out. Atoda, what's up? It's good to see you. Alta 4. It very, 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 very fun. The Pokemon is life for sure. But yeah, absolutely. You missed it. You missed it. I'm so psyched. I'm sorry. We did get it working. It was exciting. You should go back and check it out. It should be pretty fun. But we gotta get out of here. I have to get out of here personally. But cool. All right, we're out of here in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm always gonna out count it. 3, 2, 1. Peace out, everyone. Have a great night.